Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news? Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome to the Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
Idaho High School seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch. Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I loved it. Thank you.
College costs money.
We are live from Albertson Stadium in Boise, Idaho, overlooking one of the most iconic football venues in America, Albertson Stadium, the site of this year's 4A state championship game. Tonight, it's a pair of unbeatens, both 12-0. Both played on this same field back at the 2018 state championship game. Both are Knights. It's Bishop Kelly and Hillcrest. This IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2023 Idaho High School Football State Playoffs is presented by the Idaho Transportation Department, Ideal, Idaho's college savings program. Additional coverage of tonight's game is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lucas Gebhardt. Alongside me tonight is Ryan Luke, getting set to bring you coverage of this 4A state championship game. Ryan, let's get right into it. We have some injury news to talk about with Hillcrest. Their starting quarterback, Peyton King, injured his thumb on his throwing hand last week in the state semifinals. We're hearing that he will play tonight. Whether or not he will be the starting quarterback, we're just going to have to wait and see. We couldn't get any tips.
Yeah, wait and see is kind of the name of the game. But beforehand, sitting from up here in the booth, we could see Peyton King on the field in warm-ups, handing the ball off. And the biggest thing was he was throwing the ball. He wasn't shaking his hand out. He didn't show any signs, overt signs that he was really ailing. But that thumb injury could be absolutely huge, as he is one of the heart and soul. He is the motor of the Hillcrest offense. I mean, everything runs through him, leading rusher, along with the leading passer. And he does all kinds of things, causes problems for opposing defenses with his legs and his arm. And if you eliminate one of those elements of his game, obviously you're going to be limiting your offense. It's a sit and wait, though. I mean, they feel very confident in the sophomore backup. They think that he'll be able to come in and do some good things. That's Tyson Sweetwood. But again, Lucas, we're just going to have to wait and see how this Hillcrest coaching staff plays their quarterbacks.
Yeah, and if you're a Hillcrest fan, you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer, as Hillcrest is going to kick things off to begin things here tonight at Albertson Stadium. Hillcrest wearing the white uniforms, black pants, red numbers, black helmets. Bishop Kelly, the all blacks tonight. Black pants, black jerseys, black helmets. Hillcrest will kick things off. Ryland Borgman has it teed up on the 40-yard line. The sun has set, the lights are on, and the turf is blue. Off we go in the 4A state championship game. It's going to be Allenbaugh out from the 8 for Bishop Kelly, between the hash marks across the 25 and down to the 27. So here comes the Bishop Kelly offense for the first time tonight. Bishop Kelly, they've been in 6 of the last 10 state championship games, but they have lost their last 3 state championship games. Not only that, but they have given up 50 or more points in each one of those games.
Yeah, each one of those games. And Eastern Idaho team seems to be the nemesis. Now, word on the street was last year versus Skyline, the whole team got sick. They had the flu coming into the game. I mean, you can make any kind of excuse that you want, but they just didn't come out and win the game. Now, this year seems like a different story. It's East versus West again, but Bishop Kelly feels very confident with the new head coach.
So here we go. Shotgun set to start things for the Knights. This drive is going to start from the 28. Benevella to throw. They're going to try a home run ball out of the gate. Has a man down the far sideline. It's caught at the 30.
Just a go route, and he threw it up and allowed his receiver to run under it. And that was number 3. That was Parker Allenbaugh on the deep route. The quarterback, if he would have just let it, if he would have let him a little bit more, that was a home run ball. But a good job, and way to just stick it right to Hillcrest. Right off the bat, set the tempo. Bishop Kelly, a big-time running team. They're going to slam the ball down your throat, and to come out and do that is going to keep Hillcrest on their heels.
1st and 10, Bishop Kelly from the 29. A big hitter right out of the gate. 12 seconds into it. The Knights already in Hillcrest territory. Shotgun set, man in motion, tight end right. They go on the ground. This is Peter Minert, and he's across the 25 down to the 20. And Bishop Kelly, just like that, in the red zone just 20 seconds in.
Yeah, and Minert's a load. And Hillcrest is going to see a steady dose of him all night. That one was just off tackle to the left, and he just got a big push. And you'll watch, he'll get people wrapping him up, and he'll still fall forward for 2 to 3 yards. I like BK's aggression on this. You can just see they're pumped and they're amped about it. And a lot of these plays on this first drive are scripted. You can see home run ball, then we're going to give it to our big back.
2 wide receivers out right, twins right, single receiver left to the bottom of your screen. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 in the right, man in motion. They go left, Minert straight up the middle, breaks a tackle, touchdown, Bishop Kelly.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty. And Minert, you can tell he has a great feel for the game. He got up in the hole. It was a little plugged. He just shuffle stepped to the left, and just burst up the middle. And like I said, there's going to be a steady dose of that all night long, and they are a power running team. First and foremost, Minard's going to run the ball. Bishop Kelly lives and dies by that, which is a far cry from when Coach Kulig coached at Rocky Mountain. When he had when he had a good back, he ran it. But when he had good receivers, he threw the ball. This one, he has a fantastic back, and he's playing to his strengths.
And right now, Bishop Kelly lined up to go for 2. They've got the early momentum. They're looking to take advantage of a hard count, and they're just going to push straight ahead. 2-point conversion is good.
Most bizarre lineup, one of the most bizarre lineups I've ever seen for a 2-point conversion. They had number 55 in the backfield. Number 55 is Big Rakeem. No, that wasn't even Rakeem. Who was that? Is that 53? I can't even tell from this point. They had an offensive lineman in the backfield. Their quarterback was lined up not under center, but to take a snap under the guard. They had 2 receivers to the top side of the field. They snapped the ball. I think Hillcrest thought they were probably going to shift out of that to kick the ball because the kicker was one of the receivers lined up on the far side. That was bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, and nobody touched him. Even if they got in his way, it would have been tough to bring him down from 2.5 yards out.
Yeah, one thing evident, Bishop Kelly had that whole thing scripted, and they hit the jackpot on every single line.
Yeah, I mean, positive yards and nothing less than 7 yards per play. And what was that, 3 yards, and they went 70, we'll call it 70 yards. So 3 plays, 70 yards. I mean, their average per play is absolutely through the roof. Do the math on that one, Lucas.
Yeah.
Right. No, but to your point, what we talked about was a scripted offense, but not only that, dictating the tempo, right? And dictating just the feel of this game. Like, we're going to be physical. Hillcrest, it's up to you to stop us.
And so now Bishop Kelly getting set to kick things away. Bishop Kelly, by the way, tonight moving from right to left. As we see it, they're kicking off from the north end zone here at Boise State. Hillcrest 2 men back deep at the 15. It's Bishop Kelly lined up in a bunch formation to kick this off. There's not a single player outside of the hash marks, and they kick it away out of that formation. It's a squib kick, goes straight between the hash marks, and bounces into the end zone.
Boy, Bishop Kelly being very creative tonight, and you know, if it's me and I see this, I probably some new stuff that you haven't seen on film, but keeping Hillcrest on their toes, on their heels, actually. Let's get on their heels.
Yeah.
Because they're moving backwards. It's actually been quite entertaining to see this bunch formation on the kickoff. They snap the ball directly to a lineman in the backfield. Interesting football. And you got to do it. I mean, it's a state championship game. Don't hold anything back. Reveal it all.
So it is Peyton King coming out at quarterback for Hillcrest. Does have his right thumb bandaged up tonight. As of now, lined up at quarterback. Shotgun set, and Hillcrest with some trickeration. They run reverse towards the near side, breaking a tackle, but it's not going to go anywhere. The Bishop Kelly defense rallying to the ball, and it's a loss of 3.
Yeah, and good job, good penetration. That was number 7, and I do not have a number 7 on my roster from BK that they gave us. So if that's your son or your nephew or whoever, came out, got good pressure, actually got a hand on him to slow that reverse down, stayed home. I mean, that was absolutely critical. Looks like it was the defensive end. Do you have a number 7?
Joe Stroshine.
Joe Stroshine, there it is.
Trips left after the loss on first down. It's 2nd down and 13, and here comes a flag pre-snap. And this one likely going against Hillcrest. It's a false start.
Man, you can tell, too. Look at the crowd. You and I were talking before the game. 3,000 to 5,000. I know that's a pretty big variance, but let's go right in the middle. Let's say 4,000 approximate Bishop Kelly fans, and we'll just call them high school football fans in the Valley, mostly probably sitting on the BK side, and they're loud. The crowd is behind BK tonight.
Yeah, the entire, most of the lower bowl filled with BK fans. We can't see the near side. This is going to be a screen pass. Pass is going to be caught in the flat. Tracy Keller on the reception, and he's out past the 25 down to the 30.
Good play call. Great blocking by the receivers on the outside. It was so good that they're going to call a holding penalty on one of them, but it was the right idea. Get it on the outside and let their playmakers make plays.
So 2 plays from scrimmage for Hillcrest and 2 penalties, as this holding call is going to back things up for the Knights even further. And now Hillcrest is starting to walk back towards the orange paint here on the blue. They're going to be backed up against their own end zone.
Yeah, against their own end zone. The problem is that one went from the spot of the foul. The spot of the foul happened right at the line of scrimmage, and double hitter. I mean, it's 2nd and 22, I think, at this point. That's a big chunk of change. And boy, that's not the tempo you want. That's not the momentum you want coming after you. That's not how you respond to just a pummeling drive by BK.
King in the shotgun set on 2nd and long. Quarterback draw up the middle as he works towards the far hash, gets out to the 18. It's still 3rd and long left to go here for Hillcrest.
Yeah, bread and butter right there. Hillcrest, I mean, you talk to anybody who's played Hillcrest, who's watched Hillcrest, and they say watch the quarterback. Peyton King does a lot with his legs. And they're a power running team, but they do it out of the spread formation. They'll hand it off, or King will keep the ball and, spread that defense thin and then find the gaps. And you could see it right there. Good pickup, just left a lot to be desired here on the 3rd down.
3rd down and 12. Twins right, twins left for King. Puts a man in motion towards the near side. He's going to roll near side. King rolling, looking, throws near the 1st down, and it's going to be caught short of the 1st down, though. It's going to leave about 2 yards left to go. Sheldon Nelson on the reception for Hillcrest. And now an early decision here for Hillcrest. 4th down and 3, we'll call it.
That's a lot of confidence in your offense. I mean, one of the offensive linemen didn't even go back to the huddle. So either they kick it or they pooch kick it. So, boy, that's impressive. Good for them.
Hillcrest lined up to go for it. 4th down and 3 from inside their own 30. Screen pass, far side. Bishop Kelly got there, but a broken tackle, and Hillcrest gets the 1st down.
Ooh, escape by the
BK had it snuffed.
Escape by the skin of their teeth, and that just showed some athleticism, breaking a tackle, and they went. I mean, they gambled. They threw the ball. Not only do you maybe not catch the ball, you also throw it behind the line of scrimmage. But they were able to convert on that, toss it out to the outside. That was one-on-one, broke the tackle, fell forward for the 1st down. And BK's got to be kicking themselves.
Yeah.
They had them right there. That would have been turnover on downs deep in their own, deep in Hillcrest territory.
BK would have got the ball inside the 30 of Hillcrest. Instead, it's a 1st down from the Hillcrest 35. Twins right, single receiver left. King is going to run right, spinning towards the 40 before he's brought down. Picks up 5. And now for Hillcrest, an early gamble there for the Knights. And they were bailed out on the river card.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd say the exact same thing that I said about BK. Go for it. I mean, you have absolutely nothing to lose at this point. It's a state championship game. And BK, that last play, had 8 men in the box, crowded the line of scrimmage, and King still rolled forward for almost 5 yards.
2nd down and 5. 7 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. First drive of the night for Hillcrest. They trail by 8. Man in motion, receiver on that far side coming over to make trips right. They're going to throw it to that man in motion. Pass caught at the 38, scampering up just short of midfield before he's brought down. Jace Judy, his first reception of the night. It's another Hillcrest 1st down.
Yeah, Judy, a tall receiver, tends to get outfield really well. Interestingly enough, BK did not follow him with any kind of man coverage. He came to the near side, and there were 2 receivers and only 2 defenders. Feels like maybe, I mean, it didn't look zone. Maybe they were dropping to zone, but they didn't follow him with a man.
So 1st and 10 now from the Hillcrest 49 as they snap it just below the Bronco neck. Man in motion out towards that far side. Again, a screen pass, this time far side. Pass caught the 50, some room to run down the far sideline. A 1st down and a lot more, down to the 30 and pushed out at the 29.
Hillcrest comes punching back. Big play, chunk yardage plays, and that's exactly what they need to answer the call. Again, the same thing, and you can't see this and I can't, so I'm going to tell you. Motion man comes out to the far side of the field. BK is not following him with an extra man. There is no defender on him, and so the 2 receivers to that side are blocking their men, and there's nobody to tackle him.
It was Judy on the reception again. 1st and 10 now from the BK 29. King directing some traffic, a little bit of confusion for Hillcrest offensively. They're going to move things around. Trips right is what they're going to end up with. Ball on the far hash. Again, 1st and 10 from the 29. 6.5 to play. Another screen pass. This time a halfback screen pass. It's going to be caught by Larson. There he goes down the near side, down to the 20. It's another pickup of 9.
And boy, this is just good scouting on the Hillcrest side of the ball. Seeing on that defense, nobody follows a motion man. Nobody's following him across the field. Just Jackson, defensive coordinator for Bishop Kelly, they're going to have to make an adjustment on this one and actually put a man, send a man with him. That's the cat and mouse game chess game, if you will, between the two coordinators.
Braxton Battleton, pardon me, on the reception. So Battleton with the catch out of the backfield. And they did give Hillcrest a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 18 as they give Battleton another few yards. Shotgun set for Hillcrest. Twins right, single receiver left. Man of motion, that's Pinagard. And they give off up the middle, Battleton again, and he's slung to the turf down at the 14.
Yeah, just a power run play. And to keep the defense honest, you have to run some of those plays. You have to keep the defense guessing and blocking the middle, because that's been opening up the outside with those motion plays.
So Battleton gets it about a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7. 3 receivers in this set for King, who comes to the line, barks out instructions to his offensive line. Twins right, single receiver left, ball between the hash marks. Knee-high snap. They go to the ground, trying to find some room off left tackle. Here comes a flag, and losing yards that time, the ball carrier. And we'll have to check out the flag. Usually it's holding.
Yeah, again, we talked about Hillcrest being a power running team out of the spread, which they are, and they have to continue to keep pushing the ball up the field through the middle of the field. That time a holding penalty on the edge, but I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with the response. I mean, after gambling on 4th down, they've been able to pick up big chunk plays, and they've done that by neutralizing this BK defense, this speedy athletic defense. And, I mean, it's BK's fault, right? They're not motioning a man, and they just overload the blockers. They're 3 men on 2, been able to pick up good yardage. These last 2 plays, so a holding penalty is going to drop them back 10 yards.
Pushes them outside the 25, back to the 26. 2nd and long. Trips right for King in the shotgun. Rolls right. King looking. Still looking. Out to the numbers. Dumps it short. Pass caught at the 25. And just pushing forward for another few yards. Sheldon Nelson on the reception. And it's 3rd down and long now for Hillcrest.
Yeah, so Peyton King so far looks like the thumb is not bothering him. He's been wearing gloves. You can see he's wearing gloves, which is probably helping his grip. He doesn't have to hold the ball as tight, but his release has been clean so far. He's been able to hit his receivers. They just haven't really tested his arm. You know, when you throw the ball harder and deeper downfield, you have to squeeze a little bit more, and so far just short passes.
Might be tested here. 3rd and 17. Empty set. King to throw. Time. Bass deflected at the line of scrimmage and caught by an offensive lineman, but nowhere to go after that. It's a loss of 4.
Loss of 4, but you know what? There was a man running wide open. The running back, and I think that was Braxton Battleton, with the running back on that one, was coming across the middle of the field, and that's who was the intended receiver, got batted in the air, and obviously an offensive lineman took control of the ball. It's got to be the story of his life. I mean, hey, I caught a reception in the state championship football game, didn't get very far, but again, bringing up 4th down, and they're doing the same thing. I mean, they're going for it. It's 4th and 20.
So now here comes Tyson Sweetwood, the sophomore quarterback. He's going to throw it on 4th and long. Sweetwood throws one down the near sideline, caught at the 10, making a move towards the pylon. No signal from the officials. Touchdown.
Wow.
There is a flag that sits at the 25.
Absolute blown coverage, Lucas. I don't know if they were thinking what they were thinking, but the man who had coverage on him, I'm not going to say number because it's a little bit embarrassing. Ooh, so it's coming back.
It's coming back, holding on Hillcrest.
No, illegal formation. Illegal formation. I think the far side, Isaac Davis, the BYU basketball commit, was not on the line of scrimmage, so that left the tackle uncovered, and I think that's going to be the illegal formation.
It was Tayson Pinnaker who caught the touchdown that was just taken off the board.
Yeah, and they're not backing down either. Look at this. It's 4th and whatever. It almost feels like they're not going to punt tonight. They're going to force Bishop Kelly to make plays over and over again. And you've got, I mean, look, the cornerback blew it on the near side. You cannot let that happen again.
4th down and halfway to Idaho Falls. Sweetwood throwing this one up for grabs. Pass is caught at the 10. And it's a 1st down for Hillcrest.
That's 6'7". That's a basketball player. And that's thrown into the back shoulder. Isaac Davis, I mean, it was great coverage on the outside. They literally threw it up and over, and he caught the ball for the 1st down. Unbelievable. That's twice.
Yeah.
I mean, they're staring down the barrel and saying, I don't care, I'm going to go for it. Too huge. I mean, he went from a touchdown to a first down. Hillcrest, I mean, ice in their veins at this point.
1st and goal from the 9. Hillcrest, by the skin of its teeth, somehow still with the ball. We're under 4 minutes to play.
Fade near side, Isaac Davis. Man-to-man coverage on a smaller defender. Or they're going to hand it off up the middle.
They go straight off right guard. As this was Larson, you're right, though. They had Davis. It was the bottom, the near side towards us. I'm trying to give video instruction. We're audio tonight. He would be at the bottom of your screen if we had a camera tonight. But, yeah, it was Davis one-on-one coverage down by the near side numbers. 2nd down and goal now from the 5. 3:23 to go in this opening quarter.
Yeah, and this is what you hope for in a state championship game. I mean, BK coming out swinging, throwing the home run ball. Hillcrest answering 2 massive 4th down conversions.
King shotgun set. He's going to run left. King has the corner. Touchdown, Hillcrest.
Touchdown, Hillcrest, and that was sprung by number 24, and that's Titan Larson. Came in and absolutely crushed, sealed the far end, and King got to the outside. I mean, completely untouched. And I'll tell you, look, if you're BK, you've got to be livid. You had 2 huge 4th and longs, 3 technically, and you still couldn't stop them. I mean, talk about responding.
Well, how many penalties did Hillcrest have, and they still score a touchdown?
Blows my mind. But they're going to have to go for 2 at this point, which they are.
Yeah, offset I formation, twins to the near side. It's Davis and Battleson. Battleson now in motion. And they're going to roll to the near side. They jump it in the flat, and it's no good. They tried to get it out to the receiver out in the flat, and it just wasn't working from the start.
So, pros and cons. I like the creativity. I like the idea that they're doing different things, running different motions, trying to get different people the ball. At the same time, that wasn't really their bread and butter, right? Go to your bread and butter, score the 2 points. It's early. 3:07 left here in the first quarter. BK's up 8-6, and it feels like, just talk about a possession, a time-grinding possession, that last possession for Hillcrest, because they ran probably 37 plays to score that touchdown.
Right. Yeah, if you're telling Hillcrest, after the first touchdown got called back off the board, you're telling them, hey, you're going to get this 4th down. You're still going to get 6, not 8, but 6. I think you take that.
You take it. I mean, absolutely. Yeah, and Hillcrest responded really well, and that's credit. I mean, they're the number 1 team, number 1 ranked team in 4A via max preps. BK's the number 1 ranked team by the coaches in the state. So you have number 1, number 2, number 1. Doesn't matter. You have the 2 best teams in 4A here, and I fully expect both of these teams to continue to take advantage of, well-coached football, athletes on both sides of the ball, and also just the magnitude of the game. I mean, it's a state championship game.
3:07 to play in this opening quarter. Both teams touchdowns on their opening possessions. There's Daniel Rokel, who they were trying to get the ball to in that flat on that 2-point conversion, and played just too slow in developing. Borgman getting set to kick it away for Hillcrest. End-over-end kick straight down the middle. Minert from the 10. Straight between the hash marks. Minert out to the 35 and dropped at the 39.
Yeah, and if you're BK, you want that guy to touch the ball all night long.
Yes.
I mean, big return, and he's tough to bring down. He glides and he feels really well, but he's just a tough runner. So good starting field position for BK on this drive.
So 3 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. And while we got a chance, we'll thank High Desert Hardwood in Eagle, where woodworkers go to the best quality hardwood, lumber, plywood, and custom molding. Take a look in person, 1758 East Street in Eagle, or call them today, 208-939-9366. You can also visit them online, HighDesertHardwood.com. High Desert Hardwood, proud supporters of the Bishop Kelly Knights. Minute on first down, left side across the 40 down to the 42. He picks up 3.
Yeah, they brought in an extra lineman. They're going to keep it that way. They loaded the left side of the line, and Rakeem, the Oregon State commit, was lined up at the left tackle position. And so he'll fluctuate between guard and tackle. He's all over the line of scrimmage, and they run a lot of formations. Their offensive linemen play a position. They have a position versus being just, whatever the play is, they play a certain position.
Avella shotgun set, twins left. two running backs, I should say, and they go to one of them. It's Minert, right side, and Minert met at the edge, and he's dropped for a gain of 1.
Yeah, big pursuit. I think that was number 50 who got penetration. It's Hunter Reeves for Hillcrest. Got penetration, got upfield, and caused Minert. I mean, and Minert's tough to bring down. He has a quick first step, but he was brought down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the BK Knights versus the Hillcrest Knights.
Battle of the Knights. And
Phil Knight would be proud.
Yeah. Pistol set here for Bishop Kelly. Twins right, twins left. Ball in the far hash, 36, or 3rd and 6, I should say. Man in motion, far side. Avella to throw. Delivers one down the far side, incomplete. Not on the same page with his receiver, and Hillcrest forces a 3 and out.
Yeah, 3 and out, and that's if they punt. I mean, you could see BK do the exact same thing. At this point, 4A state championship game, and yeah, they will. Kulik tends to be maybe a little bit more conservative in this situation, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's up. He's winning the ball game.
Yeah.
There's no reason to give it over, and you got to force Hillcrest to score. That last play, though, miscommunication between the quarterback. I actually think the quarterback threw the wrong route.
Yeah, definitely not on the same page with his receiver. It's James Bartell back deep to receive this punt for Hillcrest. And now Bishop Kelly, some trickeration. It's a fake punt, and it worked. Out past the 50, down to the 40, dropped at the 35. Cooper Kamen, the punter, just took off with it.
I mean, there you go, right? We're 4A state championship game, last game of the year. Bring it all in and do everything you can. So the beauty of a rugby punt is exactly that. He rolled out, hey, I can punt it. I don't have to punt it. There's no line of scrimmage. There's no illegal men downfield restrictions on a punt. So you hang on to it. Now, on that play, the coaches say if you see a line, if you see a gap, go for it. That's an optional fake punt at that point. And, of course, you're going to keep it. If the coaches give you the green light, why would you punt?
You're doing it, absolutely. So Cooper Kamen, who's the punter for Bishop Kelly, on the fake punt, now giving the Knights of Bishop Kelly a fresh set of downs. This one 1st and 10 from the 35. Twins left, pistol set, Minert the deep back. And they go to Minert. He's trying to find room on the left side, and all he finds is Hillcrest defenders.
Yeah, got spun down, and they pursued down the line of scrimmage. Able to wrap him up, and they're, Hillcrest is again daring Bishop Kelly to throw the ball on him, and that's going to be the theme all night. And it's not like, that first play, the bomb, probably didn't scare him off. Yeah. They're probably going to stick to their ball game, say, hey, you got us once, right? But you're going to have to keep doing it throughout the game, and so it looks like they are stacking the box. They're going to force Bishop Kelly to throw the ball.
2nd and long, 2nd and 11 now. Twins right, pistol set. Oravella, the quarterback, has 2 backs in the backfield with him, Minert, and a guy standing to his left. Now he motions Minert out to the right. Avella to throw. Clean pocket, Avella down that far sideline. Pass is knocked away.
Yeah, it took too long to get the ball there. He just floated it. If he would have thrown a true out, the play, it was open. There was some confusion because Minert went out on that side, motioned out to the far side. Brought the safety with him, but there's some confusion between the safety and the cornerback of who had through, and Avella needed to put the ball maybe a little bit more on a rope. Now, interestingly enough, I talked about BK's interesting lineup, and Rakeem Johnson, they have him as listed as a tackle, but he's playing a swing tackle, and at times he's uncovered, so he has to report as an eligible receiver.
Just 6 seconds to go in this first quarter. Likely the final play. 3rd and 11 for BK. Twins right, twins left, pistol set. Avella to throw. They set up a middle screen, and it's too high. Incomplete. They were trying to get Crew Nelson, and it's 4th down for BK. Yeah. 2 seconds to go in the quarter. So we're going to do a 4th down before we break.
All right, we have one more down in the score. I really don't want this game to end. I mean, we say that every single time. This has been a blast. But BK on that one, too much going on in the middle. It didn't look like they were able to let it develop in time. Basically, if you're going to run a screen, you have to allow those defensive linemen to penetrate upfield, and they didn't. So it looks like it was either just a short crossing route I'm not exactly sure what that play was, but there was a lot of congestion in the middle of the field.
On 4th and 11, Bishop Kelly, the offense on the field, they're going to go. Ball at the Hillcrest 35. Twins right, single receiver left, 2 backs in the backfield, shotgun set for Avella. Cameron in motion to the far side. They throw it to Cameron. Now he's pulling up to throw. At the 40, hit as he throws, and there's no one there. The Hillcrest defense holds on 4th down.
Yeah, nobody was fooled, not anybody, none of the defensive backs. That play was intended for one man, and the defender had turned his hips and was running with him. He didn't even know that it was a lateral pass. I mean, if they would have broke free, he probably would have still been chasing the receiver into the end zone. So lost opportunity off a good kick return, and now turnover on downs with Hillcrest. Good momentum after stuffing him on 4th down.
A fun first quarter here from Albertson Stadium. After 1, Bishop Kelly 8, Hillcrest 6 in the 4A state championship.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Well, if there's one thing that we've learned over the past year, it's life is full of unpredictability, but your finances don't have to be. Do you have a plan in place for your financial future? Whatever your objectives may be, the McGarrett Peterson Group can help you reach them. Financial advisors and proud supporters of Bishop Kelly football, they say, go Knights.
Bishop Kelly Knights. Go Bishop Kelly Knights.
Yeah, there you go. All right, as we get going here with the second quarter, Hillcrest, after the turnover on downs, taking over from its own 35. They're going to run on 1st down. They get this up to the 40 with Larson off left guard. Do apologize if it takes us a moment to get numbers in. We're about 6 miles from the field up here at Albertson Stadium. But
hey, you can see a lot of color out there, but
yeah, right.
Trying to get some numbers is difficult. And you know what? It feels like BK's on their heels right now. I mean, kind of reeling a little bit. You know, control after that first drive, they were pumped, and they had that 4th and long the first time, and now haven't been able to have an answer for this Hillcrest offense.
2nd and 5, play action. King under pressure, has to throw it before he wants to, and it's incomplete. King hit as he throws, and it brings up a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5, but it's also going to be 2 plays to get that 1st down because obviously they're going to go for everything on 4th down tonight. But, you know, getting back to the beginning, we talked about how King is the engine of this offense. And anybody that you talk to said you have to shadow him. You have to put somebody on him the whole time to spy him. And that's exactly what they did with the linebacker, number 23 for BK. That was William Sachet, who came out and shadowed him, was able to get the pressure and cost the errant throw.
3rd and 5. Twins right, single receiver left. Shotgun set, King to throw. They're going to set up a screen pass, and it goes nowhere.
Yeah, that looked like the exact same thing that happened to BK on the other side. Too much going on, a lot of traffic in there. The defensive lineman didn't bite. They followed the offensive lineman out. We're able to stuff it again, like we talked about. I mean, 4th and 6, this is easy, right? Yeah, no, compared to 4th and 22, they've got this. We have plenty of plays to go for 4th and 6.
Hillcrest punt formation, despite picking up back-to-back long 4th downs on its last drive, lined up to punt here. And Isaac Davis, the punter, booming punt, takes a bounce at the 25. Alamba is going to watch it roll down to the 15, inside the 20.
Yeah, that's a big kid out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a thing of beauty. It didn't spiral. It didn't turn over, but he just put enough muscle behind it and was able to flip the field, and BK is going to take over. But to me, I'm being honest, that was a kind of odd that they would actually punt the ball on 4th and 6.
It's the first punt that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, and here we are, 10:35 left here in the second quarter.
Right.
I mean, after what you've done on that first drive, and look, a coach may have said, we are not going to – I mean, you're going to have to take the ball from us. And on that first drive. Now, after that, hey, maybe we're going to play a little bit more conservative. But, you know, Hillcrest, after having converted, I'm a little surprised they didn't go for it.
This BK drive starting from its own 18. Screen pass near side, caught by Kamen. Tries to slip out of a tackle past the 20, and he gets up to the 22 before he's brought down.
Hillcrest is looking very sure. They tackled, very good sure tackles tonight. After that first drive, seems like they've settled in. You made the 4-hour drive from Idaho Falls, and here you are, you're settled in. And they've just played sound defense. I mean, it was a pickup of 4.5, and you'll take that on a first down, but he just couldn't break a tackle.
Second down and we'll say 6. They have fourth down on the scoreboard. It's definitely second down, but here we go. Someone's right, single receiver left. Man in motion going from left to right. They go to the ground, left side, first down past the 30, down to the 32.
Yeah, and Minner just, he's such a fun back to watch because he kind of floats around behind his blockers and very good lateral quickness and in the way he feels and he finds those lanes and he just kind of danced to his left and stutter stepped a little bit and then made a burst upfield to pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 33. 8-6 our score, 9.5 to go, second quarter for a state championship game here from Albertson Stadium. Twins left, single receiver near side, out towards the numbers, ball between the hash marks, 2 backs in the backfield. Shotgun set for Ravella. Ravella claps his hands, gives to Minert. Minert looking for some space on the left side, and now he comes back to the right side, breaks a tackle out to the 45, and a first down for BK.
Such a good feel for the football game. Peter Minert does a good job of just kind of picking his way, not letting anybody really get their hands on him. He started up in the inside, bounced it to the near side, showed a quick burst. He's the type of kid that you want on your team, maybe even at the next level.
1st and 10 now from the 46. BK still in its own territory. 8:45 to play in this second quarter. The backs in the backfield in this shotgun set. Tylen Cashmere and Minert. Twins left, single receiver right. Now McCammon in at quarterback, and they're going to give off to straight up the middle and up to the 50. Cooper Cammon, Bishop Kelly will do that every now and then. It's sort of a wildcat formation for him. And Cooper Cammon, normally a wide receiver, can play quarterback. He does on that last snap. And sort of a wildcat type of formation, but they do throw out of it every now and then as well.
Yeah, and Cooper Cammon was the quarterback when they tried to run that lateral pass last time. Yeah, so they know that he can't throw the ball, and he stays in at quarterback here.
Ball at the 50. Second down and 6. Cammon read option with Minert, and Minert lost his footing and loses 5. And here comes a late flag.
Yeah, that one's pretty ticky-tack. I mean, he spiked the ball because the turf monster tackled him, and it's going to cost him 15 yards. Probably kill the drive unless they can pull out some sort of, unsportsmanlike conduct, and so he's going to get a talking to from the coaches. But that's pure frustration on that one.
Yeah, and that's going to cost Bishop Kelly here. And it's going to push him all the way back to about the 30.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I mean, the referee's going to say, oh, you can't spike the ball, you can't do this. And it's like, that's emotion, right? You're in the state championship game. That's pure emotion.
So 3rd down and forever. 3rd and 27 is what they're calling it. 7.5 to play, second quarter. Pistol set for BK. Rolling near side of Vela. Has a man down the near side. Caught at the 40. Makes a man miss to the 45 and pushed out of bounds at the 46. They get a lot of it back. Still some work to do as they come to 4th down.
Yeah, so 4th and we'll call it 8. And at this point, I mean, you're close to the midfield. Yeah, they're going to punt it. Kulig's going to punt it again. Flip the field. They showed good grit last time, and they showed also Hillcrest showed that they will actually punt the football. So I don't think this is a bad call. It's unfortunate that Minard got the penalty called on him for BK, but if you're Hillcrest, good stop. Now the ball's coming back to you, and plenty of time. 7:23 left here in the second quarter, and Hillcrest's opportunity to take the lead.
Bartel back deep to receive this punt. Kamen on to punt. This time he does punt it. Spiraling punt. Takes a bounce at the 14. And BK right there to watch this one roll all the way down to the 1.
Holy cow, there's your special teams play of the year. And it couldn't come at a bigger time. 7:12 left here in the second quarter. And from up here, he spiraled the punt. And he was lucky there was a cover man that made it all the way down. One of his gunners on the from the near sideline made it down there, was able to track it down, and they stopped the ball at the 1 yard line. Hillcrest, 99 yards to go, and in the shadow of their own goalposts. Fantastic play by the BK special teams.
Ball on the far hash. Hillcrest now working from the south end zone here at Albertson Stadium. If you're picturing at home, it's the side with the big new shiny scoreboard. Under center, I formation goes King. He's just going to push ahead, straight ahead, up to the 4, getting a little bit of breathing room. We'll call it the Idaho Falls shove.
Yeah, the Idaho Falls shove. They'll take anything they can get right here. And they're probably going to do the same thing. They're going to give him a pickup of 2.5 on this one.
So 2nd and 8, under 7 minutes to play. Again under center, 1 receiver in the formation. He's down toward the near side. King directing traffic at the line of scrimmage.
He's calling an audible right here.
Bishop Kelly, heavy box. They run right out to the 10. And he's just a few yards short of the first down as they go to Keller.
Yeah, it looked like King called the audible to the right side of the line, and it was a run basically off the tackle, the 6-hole, and he saw something he liked there on a matchup, I guess maybe lack of personnel, and that was the right call by King.
3rd down and short. Again an I formation, multiple tight ends, 1 receiver towards the near side. King, again, quarterback draw straight up the middle straight up the hash mark, I should say. He looks like he has enough, and he does. 1st down, Hillcrest.
Yeah, sometimes when they're running those plays and they stack the line of scrimmage with twin tight ends and the big back and the quarterback's under center, when he comes up, he's reading the defense, and they know it's either going to be a handoff or a quarterback keeper. There's no other option to that. Nobody's throwing the ball, and he turns around and he says, hey, I like it. It's going to come up this hole. And so they call their audible or whatever their indicator is, and they call where the ball is going to go through which hole.
1st and 10 now from the 13, I formation, back to the ground as they try it with Larson this time, and Larson up to the 15, gain of 2, 5.5 to go here in the second quarter.
Just easy lead right off of the 4 to the 6 hole, and BK stepped up, and BK looks like they're going to do the same thing that Hillcrest is doing, daring them to beat him through the air.
Ball up to the 15, Hillcrest again, I formation. Single receiver, it's Judy. He is out past the numbers to the far sideline. 3 tight ends right. King going to throw, looking for Judy. Pass is picked off at the 20, 10, touchdown, Bishop Kelly.
Couldn't come at a bigger time. Hillcrest driving and be able to do stuff upfield and really get physical at the line of scrimmage. And he just read that route and jumped it. There was one man in the pattern, and that was the BK. That was number 23, I want to say, or 29. No, it was number 29. That was Noah Ninhouse. Huge touchdown for BK, breathing room. Not only that, this is going to probably put a little bit more wind in the offensive sails.
On for the point after is, speaking of wind, it is wind. On for the point after in his exit semifinals win against Pocatello, a house call as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you have to do that. And this Bishop Kelly team has been successful this year in all aspects of the game. And we talked about, spectacular special teams play, downing it at the 1 yard line, forcing Hillcrest to run the ball, to grind it out, and allowing that defense to get some momentum. And then just an easy read play popped in for the pick 6, and all aspects of the game functioning to be able to be a champion.
So our score now 15-6, under 5 to play before halftime. We want to thank Gateway Park in Idaho Falls is bringing the mountain to town this winter season. Gateway Park is a new tubing hill in Idaho Falls, located right by Ryder Park on Sunnyside Road, close to the freeway. It snows every day at Gateway Park. Great for families, kids, youth groups, everyone. We'll have a fun time at Eastern Idaho's newest tubing adventure. And we want to thank Franklin Building Supply, proud supporters of local student athletes and all the building professionals of Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help you make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello, worth the trip.
And worth a trip to come to this game.
Yeah.
Good football game. Yeah. And I'm telling you, even if you're just a football fan, this is the place to be tonight in Boise. You know, you can talk about going downtown or whatever, and if you're a high school kid, I don't know, maybe you have something going on. But you should be here tonight to watch this game. Two powerhouses at the 4A level meeting, and both these teams could compete at the 5A level.
Wynn's kick is on its way. Be brought back from the 9. Trying to go towards that far side is Nelson. He's trying to turn the corner. He's only up to the 15 and pushed out of bounds at the 16. Could we see a late flag as he was hit out of bounds? We don't see one.
And I'm going to say, hey, if you're Hillcrest, hey, where is my flag? But if you're BK, the guy was falling they were both falling at the same time going out of bounds. But I'll tell you what, there was a spectacular block, absolutely collapsed to Bishop Kelly coverage team on that one as he was able to make it to the sideline. One of his guys kind of had a crackback block, and I didn't get the number because he's submarine and he took out two would-be BK tacklers.
So now following the pick 6, Hillcrest offense back out onto the field. This drive still starting on the wrong side of the 20. This drive starting from the 16. Trips right, back to the shotgun set here for King. Sends his running back in motion out towards the near side. Quarterback draw, King up the middle, down to the 20, all the way down to the 25, and Bishop Kelly came out of the pile with the ball. Officials say that King was down. And boy, that would have been something.
That would have been something. King got popped, and it looks like they're going to take a review here. They're going to send it up to the – I'm just kidding. There is no review in high school football because I almost think that if they were to review that, I think he did fumble it. But doesn't matter. They're calling the play dead, and it's going to be 2nd and 1, so a good pickup on first down for Hillcrest.
Up to the 25 now. Shotgun set again for King. Trips out to the left, and they go back to the ground. This is Keller, and he works up the hash marks, has a first down to the 28. So Hillcrest will move the chains there on 2nd and short.
Yeah, 4:02 left here in the second quarter, and Hillcrest moving to more of a traditional Hillcrest offense, kind of grinding it out a little bit more methodical. We'll have to see if Just Jackson, the defensive coordinator for BK, makes the adjustment with those motion men because I could see Hillcrest wanting to go back to that after some huge gains on that touchdown drive.
1st and 10 now from the 29. Again, back to the shotgun set. Knee-high snap. King will run up the middle. Now comes back to the right, out to the 34, and he picks up 5 on that first down run. We have 3.5 to go here before halftime. Bishop Kelly a 15-6 lead.
Yeah, Peyton King's slippery, right? Slippery when he gets the ball. Makes himself skinny, kind of squeezes through a hole, and that was number 23 on the tackle. Noah Horn came in and was able to wrap him up, along with number 43 for BK. And it's Maddox Rawson, the linebacker, the senior. Both of them were able to get their hands on him, but Peyton King, again, the engine of this Hillcrest offense.
2nd down and 5. Shotgun set, Keller the back. Twins right, single receiver, or Twins left rather, single receiver right, and here come flags. And it's another Hillcrest penalty. They're starting to pile up.
Yeah, it's starting to pile up, and I mean that first drive that they had didn't affect them because they were able to convert on 1st and 4 miles. But as this defense settles in, you got to start worrying about moving backwards.
Be a 2nd and 10 following the penalty. Both these teams, we talked about, they're 12-0. You can see it on the graphic on your screen there, but both these teams, for the most part, kind of ran through their schedule. Bishop Kelly's point differential over 33 points. Hillcrest at almost 23.
Yeah, I mean, it was a buzzsaw for both of them.
Yeah, no kidding. King, quarterback power right to the 31 before he's stuffed.
Yeah, it was just a quarterback keeper. Instead of handing the ball off to your big running back, Peyton King gets skinny. Now, here's what they have been, and it looks like what the coaches are doing is they're bringing in the sophomore, Tyson Sweetwood, to play quarterback when it's 3rd and long, and he's the downfield thrower. So he's the one that's going to send the ball, probably because he can actually grip the ball with some authority with his right hand. But 3rd and long, he's the one that they have their long distance type quarterback.
It's 3rd and 8. Sweetwood in at quarterback. Twins left, single right. He'll roll to the near side. Sweetwood.
And he's the strong safety. He rolled underneath the coverage, and he jumped up one-handed. He almost Odell Beckham Jr.'d that thing for the pick, and he tipped it in. It's a good thing he did, because that would have been another 3rd down, 3rd and long conversion for Hillcrest. But a very athletic play by the strong safety and Jorgensen. And it looks like BK settled in finally. I mean, defensively, they kind of got rattled on those 4th and longs, but now they've been able to make the adjustments, and giving Hillcrest fits.
Davis on the punt now. Gets this one away. Allenbaugh waiting for it at the 35. He takes it from that far hash. Here he comes. Now outside the numbers, out to the 45, to the 50. And he's dropped outside those far side numbers between there and the sideline. Hillcrest came out of the pile with the ball. Is it Hillcrest ball? The far side official says it is.
Tough for us to see here. I think he just got popped and lost it as he was going to the ground. And that's unfortunate for BK after a huge stop on 3rd down. But if you're Hillcrest, you need that. That's some momentum. You know, they're negative momentum. They got to shift that momentum and turn it to the positive. So the offense comes back on the field.
1:41 to go in this first half, and Hillcrest a golden opportunity. One of their first breaks they've had really since the 4th down conversions they've had.
Yeah, and when you play run-heavy offenses, both of them, time flies. 1:41 left in the first half, and it is only 7:48. So 48 minutes for our first half.
Yeah, it's cruising for sure. Twins right, Twins left, ball at the 50. Following the fumble, King on the read option, he'll keep. Up that far hash, down to the 46. He picks up 3.
Yeah, picks up 3, and I think that was Noah. Who was that? Number 43 came in from the side. We'll call it Maddox Rawson. He just came in. I mean, there was no feigning that he was even going to throw the ball. They knew that he wasn't going to throw it, and so he just came collapsing in. No, it was number 36. Apologies. That was number 36. And, of course, I don't have a number 36. So number 36 for BK came collapsing in, made a big tackle.
2nd and 6. Back to the ground, Larson, as he works outside the hash marks down to the 41. We have a minute left to play. Clock is moving here in the first half. A 3rd and short coming up for Hillcrest. Hillcrest still all 3 of its timeouts. Clock down to 50 seconds as they break the huddle. Shotgun set, and now whistles and a timeout taken by Bishop Kelly. That's Bishop Kelly's first timeout of the first half.
Yeah, and if you've heard us, which you probably have because you and I have done a ton of games together. I'm a proponent of using your timeouts. Get it right.
Can't take it with them.
You can't take it with you. And get it right and make the right call moving in. And if it means for the defense, you see something you don't like, again, you have a 3rd and 2 here. So a lot of things are happening, but there's 45 seconds left. So maybe this is more of a, hey, maybe they do pick it up, but don't give him anything deep. We got to force them to, attempt a field goal attempt or something like attempt a field goal. But you've got to get it right, and that's what it looks like the defense is doing here. Coach Just Jackson on the field with Coach Kulig, and Coach Jackson's coaching up those defensive backs because it's going to be critical moving forward to not give up chunk plays. In fact, here's the difference, right? So they just dropped their safety. They're running man across the board. It's a 1 deep safety, and they don't want anything to get past him. Before, the safety was up near the line of scrimmage.
So out of the timeouts, Hillcrest will go a shotgun set. Twins to the near side, single receiver far side. They have a tight end far side. Screen pass deflected in the air, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's how you have to do it. Number 23, that was
William Sashi.
Yeah, William Sachet. I mean, he's done a great job all night, and that was a corner blitz. He came from the slot position. I don't know if it was a corner blitz. We'll call it like a linebacker blitz, but he was on the slot man, and he came in, and King trying to get it out over the top. If he doesn't block that, if he doesn't deflect that, I could have gone for some yardage. 4th
down and 2. Hillcrest going to go. With 42 seconds, King left side, first down to the 40, down to the 38. It's a cold night here at Albertson Stadium. Ball may have popped out.
I think it did. They're going to say he was down.
Yeah. Clock down to 36 seconds now, by the way, and Hillcrest just now using its first timeout. So Hillcrest 2 timeouts remaining. Bishop Kelly with 2 as well.
So one of the things you see at the various levels, and don't get me wrong, I mean, mishaps happen at every level, but is clock management from a coaching level. And it seems like there's so much going on that sometimes the clock management just isn't done as well. I mean, you have 3 timeouts.
Yep.
And you let some precious seconds, unless they know something that I don't know. And they, again, maybe they throw Isaac Davis the deep ball when they have he's 6'6", 6'7", and you have a 5'8" cornerback on him, almost a foot difference. But outside of that, there's really no reason to let the clock run down like that. And that's where you need a good offensive coordinator. You need someone on your support staff watching that and have a game plan before on the final drive of saying, okay, I'm going to come in and I'm going to call the timeouts, or coach, should we call a timeout?
36 seconds to go here in this first half. 1st and 10, Hillcrest from the Bishop Kelly 38. Twins near side, single far side. It's Sweetwood to throw. He slings it in the flat to a running back out towards the 40. He's dropped inbounds, and Hillcrest is going to have to use another timeout. They only picked up 2 yards there on the swing pass to Larson.
Yeah, Trey Jorgensen and William Sachet again, and they boxed in the runner. They boxed in, was it Larson? No, not Larson. Who was that? Who caught the ball on that one?
Larson.
That was Larson. Apologies. So they boxed in Larson. They didn't allow him to get to the sideline, forced Hillcrest to use another timeout. That was very, very sound defense. I mean, Just Jackson coaching up those defensive backs, keeping them, drop your hips, break them down, force them to the inside, and burned up timeout number 2 with 30 seconds left.
This Bishop Kelly defense has only given up an average of 10 points a game. Every single opponent, with the exception of Centennial and Emmett, have been in single digits. Well, Capital as well, but they're a 5A program.
So Centennial.
Yeah. 2nd down and 10 out of the timeout. 30 seconds remaining in this half. It's Sweetwood in at quarterback. Sends a tight end in motion from left to right. Sweetwood dropped the snap, has to throw a swing pass, and it's intercepted.
Marcus Powers picked that one off with 26 seconds to go. And I'll tell you what, that was like the most awkward play. I mean, It looked like Sweetwood was not ready for the snap, and the ball came, it was a little low, and he couldn't find it, found it on the ground, and thought, I got to get rid of this thing. And he threw it, and it was just an easy pick. I mean, that was an awkward play.
Powers had 2 interceptions last week, has another one here tonight.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time, or being a ball hawk, one of the two.
Yeah. Well, his second one, it was exactly that, right place, right time. They got pressure off the edge, and it just kind of like this one, just kind of fell right in his lap. And that was the interception that basically sent Bishop Kelly to the state championship game. So now let's see what the BK offense has to work with. 26 seconds to go as they take over at the Hillcrest 39. Twins right, Twins left. Kamen, the man in motion, going towards that far side. Pistol set. Avella to throw. Has time. Avella. Here comes the rush, and he's dropped at the 30.
Yeah, and this is just not their strength. They're not a big arm down the field kind of guy. I mean, Avella has a big arm, but they're just not big play with the throwing the ball.
And now Bishop Kelly calling a timeout with 8 seconds on the sack. It was Trayson Keller, the linebacker. And with 8 seconds left to go, Bishop Kelly's got to go 70 yards to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, Avella had good protection on that one. And he did have a man running the seam route. They ran kind of a deep post on the hash marks, but he would have had to put it right over the top of the safety, who was on the he had inside leverage on him, and the cornerback was behind him. So it would have been a tough throw. That said, they're going to take a knee here and take it into halftime, which is the right call. I mean, the pick provided the opportunity to prevent points, right? So it was a good defensive play, prevented points. They're not going to turn it over into points. They're not going to convert it to points. But it served the purpose and preserved this 15-6 lead going into halftime.
Yeah, so just 8 seconds to go, and Bishop Kelly taking a knee, and we will go to halftime. Here in the 4A state championship game, a fun first half. 15-6 our score. Bishop Kelly leading. Idaho Launch halftime show coming up after these words on IdahoSports.com.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Former regional champ and back in training.
That's commitment.
Ow!
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off, obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa!
She made it. Feel the elation.
What fuels that kind of fire?
Idaho Sports Nation, Ideal, Idaho's education savings program, is a proud partner of IdahoSports.com and an ideal way to save for college. Did you know it only takes $25 to start an Ideal 529 savings account and you get tax benefits? There is no better time than today to start saving for college expenses for you or for a loved one. Information and a full disclosure statement, including risks, terms, and conditions, can be found online. Please read carefully before investing. idsaves.org. Go save for college and go Idaho student athletes.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news, someone gets to use their coverage from your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Halftime here at Albertson Stadium in the 4A state championship game. 12-0 Bishop Kelly, 12-0 Hillcrest. It's Bishop Kelly with the 15-6 lead here at halftime. And we want to welcome you into the Idaho Launch halftime show. Did you know that current Idaho high school seniors are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money? Apply today. Idaho Launch, support in every direction. So as we dissect what we saw in that first half, fireworks to begin things for Bishop Kelly. Just 3 plays that opening drive. They started it with a big hitter to Cooper Kamen down the far sideline, then a few runs before Minert found his way into the end zone. Hillcrest then responding with a much lengthier, much more difficult drive at least, but they still got the ball into the end zone, converting on a couple fourth downs. Were not helped by some penalties, but they got the ball in the end zone, missed on the 2-point conversion, and then the only other touchdown in this game is a Noah Niehaus pick 6 down that far side after Bishop Kelly had pinned Hillcrest deep in its own territory and then forcing the interception on a 3rd and short. So that is how we got to this point, 15-6, our halftime score. Your thoughts from that first half?
It was a good football game, and it was very entertaining, and it was entertaining in the sense that a lot happened. And I think the first drive for both teams was probably the most entertaining. You know, there was a massive hitter. I think it was a 42-yard gain passing play, and then Minert took the ball in, and that was the scripted drive, and they just showed, hey, this is a really good football team. Well, then you flip it, and BK came out and had 4th and long, and just 3 huge 4th down conversions. No desire to punt the ball for Hillcrest, and then we settled into, say, traditional football where, it's 4th and 4, we probably should punt the football. And we started seeing that. But, from there, you started seeing the adjustments because we talked about some of those swing passes to the outside, and it was overload in terms of blockers versus defenders, and then all of a sudden there were some adjustments made. So I just loved the chess game, the cat and mouse game, that both coordinators on both sides were doing in order to make the difference. And, the pick 6 was really just a good jump play. I mean, he jumped the route and got into the end zone, and that's the difference of this football game. But you can see why both of these teams are, again, we said number 1, number 2, number 2, number 1. It doesn't matter which poll you're looking at. These are some of the 2 best teams in the state. Yeah,
other state championship games going on around the state, by the way. We already had one last night. Kendrick, your state champion at the 1A Division II level. 1A Division I also should be pretty close to wrapping up if it hasn't wrapped up already. Butte County and Oakley playing in that state championship game. Over in 2A, that is the nightcap over at Holt Arena in Pocatello here tonight. A lot of state championship games over in Pocatello. I think 5 of the 6.
Right, yeah, Eastern Arena. Idaho's loving.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good football. And then, ironically, Hillcrest is here.
Right. The Eastern Idaho team has to come to Boise. So, 2A West Side in Declo. That game kicking off at 8:15. You can listen to it live on IdahoSports.com. And then tomorrow, another doubleheader over at Holt Arena. 5A is going to kick things off at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Coeur d'Alene and Highland playing for the 5A state championship. And Teton and Sugar Salem playing for the 3A state championship. That game's set to kick off at 4 o'clock local time. Local, obviously, being mountain time. Sugar Salem, just all they do is win 3A state championships. And Highland Coeur d'Alene, Coeur d'Alene, you and I do a lot of 5A games, but Coeur d'Alene is one of the traditional perennial powers in 5A. Kind of took a step back last year, but boy, it didn't take them long to rebuild at all.
Yeah, and I did do the Coeur d'Alene versus Eagle game last week, and we were talking a little bit about that. Eagle outgained them 2-1. Eagle arguably had the better football team. Eagle shot themselves in the foot multiple times. And so Coeur d'Alene is a very sound offense, a very sound football team. They're coached very well. And they're traditional power, but it's not by the way you would think. They don't come out and just light things up like the Meridian team from last year where it was just pulverizing teams, and then you get in, you play Rigby who catches them and beats them. That's not Coeur d'Alene. Now, Highland, on the other hand, is a physical football team that does a lot well, and they can get flashy. That's not Coeur d'Alene. So that will be a good matchup between two teams that have opposing styles. Flashy, get some points on the board versus, hey, you're going to hurt yourself. We're going to do what we do. And at the end of the day, we're not going to turn the ball over, which is Coeur d'Alene. Not going to turn the ball over, and we're going to get it into the end zone. So that should be a fun one. You talked about Sugar Salem. I mean, look, they would compete with the 5A teams this year.
No kidding.
I mean, they would do it. Teton, too. Teton's a great football team. I mean, they have so much speed in the backfield that both of those teams, to me, when you get to the top level of everyone, and look, 5A probably has, we talk about the big four in the Valley, and then you have maybe 5 with a perennial, and then you talk about, Rigby and maybe another one. So you have 5, maybe 6 teams, right, that play there. And but I would argue that any of these teams, these two teams from 3A, probably could fit right in there somewhere.
Yeah, and one thing Teton does have going for it, they've seen Sugar Salem play in the same conference. So, but again, Sugar Salem just an absolute juggernaut at the 3A level. Have won the last several 3A titles. And speaking of perennial powers, as we tie it back here, Bishop Kelly, 6th state championship game in the last 10 years for the Knights. But again, we talked about it in the open. The last 3 have not necessarily gone Bishop Kelly's way. Here's been the final scores in the last 3 games. Last year against Skyline, 50-35. Back in 2018 against the same Hillcrest team on this same field, they were smoked. 55-21. Hillcrest just ran the ball all day and then again on Sunday. And then back in 2016, this state championship game lost by just 1 point to Skyline. Bishop Kelly gave up 50 or more points in each one of those games. Doesn't look like that's going to happen again tonight.
Different coaching regime, and it's not better, it's not worse. It's just a different philosophy. And Kulig, coming from the Rocky side of things, Coach Kulig, brings a little bit different, maybe a little bit more physical mentality. This is, my inside comes from some of the players some of the parents of some of the players and some people connected to the BK team, is that they've hired more position coaches. They don't allow dads necessarily to be coaches, not that they did before, but say some dad was on the team and their son was on the team. This is a lot of the outside stuff, but they've really specialized, and that shows with Just Jackson, defensive coordinator, that shows with some of, Kulig really ramping this offense up and then playing to their strengths with Peter Minert as the engine on offense. And so BK, it's a different football team. Same BK, but a different football team. And so, I look at them and I say, this is different. This just feels different, right? A close game. They can keep games close with the defense, and they don't have to outscore teams to win a game this year. Now, Hillcrest, on the other hand, they have to compete with Skyline, and their Skyline games, they won by 1 point, and then they won by 3 points. And so this could just as easily have been Skyline in the state championship again, competing with Bishop Kelly for the second year in a row. It could have been that. Yeah. It could have easily been that.
Right.
But Hillcrest shows a lot of grit and a lot of moxie. And I remember that 2018 game. And, in fact, I was sitting where the BK side was. I remember watching that game, and I just watched a completely different football team. I mean, they ran a triple option offense, and they just mowed people down. And it was just a thing of beauty if you're a fan of running the football. But, again, this is a different football team. And time goes on, and your players flip and turn over, and here we are. Same 2 teams, 2 totally different rosters.
Yeah, it seems like that 2018 state championship game very long ago. For Hillcrest, though, when they get to state championship games, it's interesting looking back at how they do in state championship games. Kind of tends to be historic for them. The 4A record for most points in a 4A state championship is 55. two teams have the record. Two teams share the record. Only one school has it. It's Hillcrest. Scored 55 points in their 2008 championship team and their 2018 championship team. They seem to win the championships on the 8s. Obviously, this year is a 3. And here they are trailing 15-6 at halftime.
So are they going to be like the San Francisco Giants, maybe on an odd year? Not that they, who knows, but different football game. And we talked about Peyton King, the quarterback for Skyline, and he has seen the majority of the snaps at quarterback, but he's also limited. He's thrown some of those swing routes and stuff underneath, but with that thumb injury, we haven't seen him be able to push the ball down the field. And I don't know if that's going to be an issue. I don't, because they converted on that. I just don't know. They converted those huge fourth downs, and with Sweetwood coming in at quarterback. But BK feels like they have a little bit more consistency, although offensively they have not done much since that first drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we look forward to this second half, Bishop Kelly has retaken the field. Hillcrest just now starting to take the field. So they're probably going to put a couple more minutes back up on the clock. We'll pause here on IdahoSports.com and bring in the second half of this 4A state championship game here on IdahoSports.com. And we want to thank you again for watching or listening to the Idaho Launch halftime show. Did you know that current Idaho high school seniors are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money? Apply today. Idaho Launch, support in every direction. Second half coming up after this.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every...
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.
Just moments away from kickoff here as we begin things in the third quarter here in the 4A state championship game. Hey, if there's one thing we've learned over the past few years, it's that life is full of unpredictability, but your finances don't have to be. Do you have a plan in place for your financial future? Whatever your objectives may be, the McGarrett-Peterson Group can help you reach them. Financial advisors and proud supporters of Bishop Kelly football. So Bishop Kelly is going to kick things away to begin the second half.
Yeah, they're going to kick things away, and I think that's a good thing for Hillcrest. I mean, anytime you get the ball, but they probably need to establish themselves again on offense. They ended with a sputter there with the interception at the end, but, I was just thinking this, Lucas. This is the last 4A opportunity for a 4A state championship for either of these teams, because both of these teams are going to bump up to the 5A level as the newly created 6A classification comes on board next year, which is basically just 5A this year, but instead of doing 1A, Division 1, Division 2, now we just make it clean and simple and have 1 through 6.
1A, 2A, up to 6A. So sort of the Utah model a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Utah did just instill 8-person football, so there is that now in Utah, but they still have 1 through 6A.
All right, Wynn's got it teed up here for Bishop Kelly at the 40, getting set to kick it away. He'll be kicking this one out towards the south end zone, out to the 15. It's Nelson as he runs towards that near hash mark to the 25 before he's dropped right on top of the Albertson Stadium logo.
It was kind of a pop fly kick, and it's very directional. I think he's a soccer player, and he sent it to about the 10-yard line, like you said, the number 10 on the near sideline. And a lot of those special teams coaches, and we talked about how BK has now brought in more specialized coaching. That tends to be one of those plays. Kick it to a corner and try to pin him there and bring it out to the 26-yard line. You'll take it.
So Hillcrest will start this drive from its 26. King, the quarterback, along with Tracy Keller, rather. The running back standing to his right. Sending a man in motion on the near side. That's Judy. Makes trips out to the right. They're going to throw a screen pass. It's going to be caught. And off to the races now is Judy down to the 45. Pushed out of bounds, they'll say, at the 43.
Okay, so they ran the exact same play on their first drive of the first half. And they run the guy in motion, and nobody covers him. This time they did rotate a safety over, but he's 15 to 20 yards back, and his two receivers picking up critical blocks. No adjustment yet, and so we'll see if BK is going to now start moving a man in motion with him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 43. It's Sweetwood in at quarterback. He did throw that last pass as well, so Sweetwood. And now they're going to run out to the 45, and Sweetwood out to the 49 before he's dropped. So the passing quarterback running it that time and picks up 6.
You got to wonder if King at this point is hurting. I mean, he's on the sideline. Doesn't look like he is. And maybe the coaching staff for Hillcrest is just giving him, a little bit of a different look and not trying not to be so predictable by every time that Sweetwood comes in, just throwing the ball.
Sweetwood still in the game here. Ball at the 50. 2nd down and 4. They'll go to the ground. Left side, out to the 45, now down to the 40. Before being slung to the turf, it's Keller who has a Hillcrest first down.
Yeah, and good drive. They're putting together. Sam Nell, the cornerback, wrapped him up, and if he hadn't wrapped him up, it looked like he would have gone for bigger yards, but a good drive. And this is when we talked about them getting the ball first. They really need to reestablish themselves on offense. They've become a little bit stale, and they're absolutely taking it to Bishop Kelly right now.
1st and 10 from the Bishop Kelly 39. Shotgun set here for Sweetwood. Keller to the back, Twins right. Now they motion a tight end from right to left. Play action, screen pass, far side, it's dropped. Bounced right off the shoulder pads of the intended receiver, Nelson. It popped up in the air. Bishop Kelly almost intercepted it.
Ooh, lucky. Sweetwood put that one on a rope and bounced off the shoulder pad, and that is that is what you do not want to have happen, as it went sky high, but luckily hit the turf for Hillcrest.
2nd and 10 now. Just a minute gone here in this third quarter. Movement up front, Bishop Kelly, no flags as they all move back. Larson, the man in the backfield. Shotgun set, Twins right, single left. Sweetwood to throw. Pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Got the arm in there, and they teach all defensive linemen, if you're not going to get there on quick throws, you've got to get your arms up. And that was just one arm who happened to get the contact on the play, and that was number 7, Joe Stroshine, knocking the ball down. He's had a couple really big plays for this BK defense so far.
3rd down and 10 now for Hillcrest. Near hash mark at the Bishop Kelly 39. Shotgun set, Twins right, single left for tight end left. Sweetwood, delayed quarterback run up the middle to the 35, down to the 31. He's short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 2 or 3. And Hillcrest, I would imagine, will line up to go for it. And here comes King back into the game.
Yeah, that was a Peyton King call with Sweetwood in the backfield. So, keeping this BK defense guessing some of the play calling, it had become predictable, but King now, we talked about him being slippery in between the tackles. This is 4th and short is geared for a Peyton King keeper.
Offset I formation, 4th down and 3. Single receiver to the far side. King play action, dumps in the flat, pass caught, stumbling his way for a first down to the 26.
Good play call, and he had everybody moving up inside. Sent the running back to the outside, just released him and leaked it. That was a receiver, and he was able to throw it over the top of the unblocked man. So good play call, knowing that everybody would be crowding the line of scrimmage.
First and 10 now from the Bishop Kelly 25. Twins left, single right. Sweetwood back in the game at quarterback. Hillcrest going tight end left as well. They go back to the ground and out to past the 25 down to the 23. They give it to Keller, and he picks up a couple.
Yeah, Rakeem Johnson from the defensive tackle / end position got good penetration, wrapped him up, but picking up positive yardage and not going backwards is big when you're playing this defense. I mean, they only give up 10 points a game, and picking up anything in your first drive in terms of downs is critical.
Sweetwood in the shotgun. Read option. Sweetwood keeps right side inside the 20 and brought down at the 14. He's going to be just short of a first down, so another third down coming up here for Hillcrest. Peyton King checking back into the game.
Yeah, so they ran a counter, but it wasn't like your typical counter where you have the split backs or an eye back. They just hand it off, and they fake the handoff one direction. The guard pulls from the left to the right, led up the hole, huge hole for Sweetwood to follow him, and picked up good yardage.
It'll be an I formation for King. Keller, the deep back, single receiver near side. Pinniger is that receiver. They go to the ground right side, and this is going to be enough for Hillcrest first down as Hillcrest football powering their way off right tackle, first down Knights.
And that was such a funny look at the end. There was just a massive string of humanity for about 7 yards, a trail of people, and this gob at the top where they were finally able to bring Peyton King down. Well, that was a tough one. But just a bush push, or I don't even know what you're going to call it, the Hurst, Jalen Hurt, whatever they're doing these days, quarterback, keeper up the middle.
Sweetwood back in the game and back to the shotgun for Hillcrest. Sweetwood running right up the hash mark. Sweetwood makes a move. Touchdown, Hillcrest.
King, Sweetwood, doesn't matter. That quarterback, again, is the focal point of this offense, whether it's running the ball or throwing the ball. And Sweetwood made a good move at the end. And he's a lanky kid, he's running around 6'3", 6'4", and put one juke on. He went basically untouched up the middle.
So now on for the extra point. Hillcrest trailing by 3 will elect to just kick the extra point here with Borgman. Snap good, hold good. The kick, though, is no good. Borgman pushed it left, so the lead stays at 3.
There is not a 9-point play, and so they elected to kick the extra point, but I don't know. I mean, at this point, you may want to just forget extra points in general and start kicking them, because that's 2 now that you have not been able to convert on, and just go for it. Although they did try the 2-point conversion the first time, but in general, look, that was a good drive. They put together, they did it right, they threw the ball, they picked up yards through the air. They changed the cadence with the quarterback. They were able to get Bishop Kelly guessing the snap count. Good adjustments. I mean, you hand it to this Hillcrest coaching staff coming out in the second half and making Bishop Kelly guess what they're going to do. Hey, you know what? Sweetwood's in. Guess they're going to throw the ball. Actually, turns out no. He's going to keep the ball and run it in for a touchdown. So, at this point, BK is obviously going to have to go back, make some adjustments for the next drive. But a good answer here would be a good drive. They don't even have to have points, but BK has to have a good drive and show something on offense.
So Bishop Kelly now a 3-point lead. Hillcrest getting set to kick it away. Borgman has this one teed up, going to kick it back, and Bishop Kelly has 3 guys back. They do this in almost every kickoff. As Borgman getting set to kick this thing away. That drive took 4 minutes and 5 seconds for Hillcrest. This is Minert from the 12. Minert. Far hash to the 35 before he is brought down. High Desert Hardwood in Eagle is where woodworkers go to get the best quality hardwood, lumber, plywood, and custom molding. Take a look in person at 1758 East State in Eagle, or call them at 208-939-9366. You can also find them online at highdeserthardwood.com. High Desert Hardwood, proud supporters of the Bishop Kelly Knights.
Yeah, High Desert, a good supporter of Idaho high school football there on State Street in Eagle.
So now trips left here for Bishop Kelly. They'll start this drive from its own 35. They're going to try a jet sweep to the near side as they give to Cameron. This one going nowhere but backwards. Bishop Kelly losing 5 on the jet sweep.
Holy cow. Isaac Davis, for being 6'7", shot out of a cannon, moved like a ninja back there, tracked him down. I thought he had the edge, and next thing I knew, Davis came, well, I guess they flipped him from the near side to the far side, but came from his defensive end position and wrapped him up, and that was a forward pass that went for 2 yards for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, they pushed him back all the way back to the 30, but officials saying forward progress to the 33. 7 minutes and some change left to go here in the third quarter for a state championship game. Bishop Kelly and Hillcrest. Twins left for Avella. 2 running backs in the backfield. He motions Minard out to the left. Avella to throw. Time over the middle. Pass is knocked away, knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and long now coming up for BK.
Yeah, BK just has not looked good on offense. I mean, they're winning this football game because of their defense, but they have not looked good these last 3 drives. And when I say not good, I mean, they haven't moved the ball more than 20 yards. So after the big bomb, the big play on the first drive, and then Minard taking the ball, I just haven't seen a lot on offense. And it's not, I mean, look, I'm not blaming BK. I'm actually giving credit to this Hillcrest defense.
Well, for settling in, especially after the way Bishop Kelly started the game. And they scored just over a minute into the game.
Look, nobody deep, right? Everybody's in the box. Man coverage over all the receivers.
3rd and 12. It's a pistol set. Husky, the man in motion. Runs over to the left. Avella rolling left. He's going to throw on the run. Pass. Dangerous one. Is it intercepted? Hillcrest thinks they have it. They do.
Yeah, I think that was an incomplete pass.
Now they're saying incomplete.
Yeah, but they're going to be roughing the passer back here in the end. And after Avella threw the football, he got rocked by number 15. Yeah, that was number 15. That was Omri Brown, the defensive end tight end. And so they're going to have an automatic first down. And those are the penalties you can't have. Like I said, I mean, this offense has been very stale. They've been able to move the ball not very frequently. And we talked about, you know, they're going to be a running game. But when they're going to stack the box with 8 people and go straight man coverage across the board, you have to be able to throw the ball. And that's why they ran that fly route on the first play. I mean, they saw something. And they're going to have to be able to do something like that again to be able to pop the top off of this defense.
So following the near interception and the roughing the passer call, the ball now sits at the BK 48. And it's a fresh set of downs here for Bishop Kelly. Twins left, single receiver right, 2 men in the backfield. Here's shotgun set for Avella. Cameron rather in at quarterback as they run the ball straight up to the 50, right in the middle of the Boise State logo.
Not a lot going here, and from even different looks, they're not able to get any kind of movement. And it's not that they're getting blown off the ball up front. It just feels like Hillcrest is in every gap right now. And we talked about sound tackling, being able to break people down and tackle in space, and Hillcrest is doing a great job of that.
2nd down and 9. Bishop Kelly moving some pieces around. I think it's Avella. No, it is Cameron. Still Cameron in at quarterback. He claps his hands. They're going to run a read option. Cameron, the keeper, he goes up the middle, only gets to the 48. 148 to the other, and it's 3rd down and 6 coming up.
You got to wonder if this BK, you know, if the BK coaches are saying, okay, look, we can't get anything. I mean, just trying to find a spark here because they've been playing blanketing defense. Hillcrest showing good speed on the outside, right? And the key, if you're going to play man coverage across the board, 0 defense, 0 safety, 0 coverage, you have to be able to tackle and have good speed on the corners. And to this point, other than the one play, these corners have done a great job.
Avella back in the game. It's 3rd and 6. From the Hillcrest 48, pistol set. Sends a man in motion to the far side. BK to throw. Here comes the rush. Avella throwing one down the field. Pass is caught. There is a flag sitting at the 21. For the moment, here comes another flag now.
Now, it was the same when he picked it up and repositioned it. Yeah, so they're going to say that is going to be on Hillcrest for probably holding, but they're going to take the play on that one. And boy, grossly underthrown. He's throwing these lob balls. If if Avella would just put a little bit down on a rope, allow his receiver to run under it, because he's showing good speed out there. And that's, you said that was Cameron. Cameron made the reception, made it right at his shoestrings, but boy, there could have been a lot more on that play.
It could have been a touchdown if they lead him. Instead, the receiver had to come back to the ball, and it was the pass interference, but BK still caught the ball nonetheless. They'll decline the penalty. 1st and 10, Bishop Kelly now from the Hillcrest 18. 5 minutes left to play in this third quarter.
I don't know what the chain gang's doing on the far side.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, boy.
Still trying to get the chain set.
Yeah. Well, you know, we all have our struggles in life, and it looks like marking the proper down and distance happens to be one of those.
Still trying to get it all set. Looks like we're about ready.
Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, boys.
Oh, here comes a flag.
Sideline. Where?
Yeah. No kidding. It's going to be a sideline warning against Bishop Kelly.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody may have their toes over the – woo, that was a little petty. But officials are struggle bus right now.
So sideline warning here on BK. It won't be any penalty yardage. So it'll still be 1st and 10 here for BK following the big chunk play. It's at the 18. Pistol set coming up here for BK. Twins left, Minert the back. 2 backs in that backfield. Ben Morris standing to the right of Avella. They go to Minert. Up the middle, falling forward to the 15. Here comes another flag. This one coming from the umpire.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call. They're going to give it on Rakeem Morris as he tackled his man, and they're going to call a holding call on him.
Clock under 5 minutes now here in this third quarter. Bishop Kelly in the red zone for the moment. This penalty might push him out of it.
I have no clue what that sign was.
I've never seen that signal.
He rubbed his tummy.
I have never seen that before.
The referee, he's doing like the John Cena, I just won the belt.
Well, it looks like it's a 10-yard penalty as they march it back to the 37. I've never seen that before. I have no idea what that is.
Illegal block, I guess, is what I've called football for a long time and watched way too much that my wife is not happy with me, and I've never seen that.
1st and 20 following the penalty. Delayed handoff, Minert, as he works up the hash marks, breaks the tackle. Minert to the 20, Minert to the 10, Minert to the end zone, touchdown, Bishop Kelly.
Oh, boy, that was one of the most amazing high school football touchdowns you will see at the Idaho at this level of football. I mean, he came down and he jumped left and right, jump cuts back and forth. He looked like he was in the Madden button, hit the right and hit the left, I mean, it was unbelievable what he did. And Minert started up the middle, jumped to his left, saw a man, jumped back to his right. And when I say jump, it's full-on lateral jumps, showed a burst, ran away from people. I like this kid at the next level. I mean, if you're watching this game or you're listening, or hope you're listening as a coach, you should pick this kid up.
Wind on for the extra point. It is up and good. Bishop Kelly extending its lead now to 10. 22-12 our score. And that run was literally like create a player in Madden, set his agility at 99, and here we go.
Unbelievable. I mean, we talked about how he was the workhorse in the engine, and he just showed it right there. I mean, that play alone, he's worth his weight in gold. And we talked about at the beginning of this drive that they just needed some positive yardage, and they stalled out in the middle of the field right around that 30, 40-yard line. They picked up the roughing the passer on what was thought to initially be the interception. But then they had the underthrown football that was caught, and then all of a sudden it looked like, again, with a big play, BK started to feel some momentum. It's like a confidence booster, and Minert takes it in from, 20 yards out.
Yeah, a shifty run from Minert on his way to the end zone. Minert's second touchdown of the night. Gateway Park in Idaho Falls is bringing the mountain to town this winter season. Gateway Park is a new tubing hill in Idaho Falls located right by Ryder Park up Sunnyside Road, close to the freeway. It snows every day at Gateway Park. Great for families, kids, youth groups. Everyone will have a fun time at Eastern Idaho's newest tubing adventure. So 4:46 left to play in this third quarter. Bishop Kelly fresh off the game's latest touchdown. Now extending the lead to 2 scores, 22-12, a BK lead by 10 as they kick it away. Wynn's kick short from the 18 comes Nelson. Nelson working between the hash marks to the 24 before he's brought down. And now Hillcrest will retake the field offensively.
Yeah, so Lucas, 2 really good drives and very methodical drives from both teams to start this half. And again, if you want to come see good football, this is what it's all about. You don't get to the state championship game if you don't have the coaching to make adjustments, if you don't have the incredible agility, Madden player to make those types of touchdowns. And it's just been good football, 2 long, methodical drives that both ended in good touchdowns.
Sweetwood will start this drive at quarterback for Hillcrest. Twins left, single receiver right, sends a man in motion on the right towards the left. It's the near side, knee-high snap for Sweetwood. He's going to throw a home run ball down the near side, has a man, caught at the 50, it's Judy, makes a man miss at the 40, brought down at the 29.
Yeah, and they've been setting that play up all game long by running the motion man to the near side, faking that, making the safety bite, and then the home run ball over the top. Well played. And, they gained good yards on the other play, but this was the home run ball. And that's why you have Sweetwood in there right now to run that exact play.
Sweetwood, the sophomore, has his team up to the BK 29. Now he's going to run right. Sweetwood cuts back left, up the hash marks, down to the 20, and picks up 8 on that quarterback run. Call it 9, actually.
Yeah, Sweetwood, talk about change of pace. King is the starter, and he was undoubtedly the engine of this offense for the bigger part of the season. But it looks like they're probably going with the hot hand right now with Sweetwood, and he showed that he's slippery also with his legs.
Shotgun set. The back is Larson. They go to Larson. Larson up the hash marks inside the 15. Down to the 14 to the 13, and it's a first down for Hillcrest.
Oof, talk about an answer. And Hillcrest needed this, needed to pull something out of their hat, and they've done that. The big hitter, and then finding something in Sweetwood.
1st and 10 from the 13. Sweetwood to throw. Fade route near side. Judy got it. Touchdown Hillcrest.
Fade pass, back shoulder throw, and he put it where only his man could get it. It would have been had to have been a spectacular play, but Judy, showing the athleticism, went up, turned his body in midair, and brought it down for the touchdown. Huge response. Hillcrest, those Hillcrest Knights, your fans back home should be very proud of you right now because you did exactly what you needed to do after a backbreaker touchdown.
So now on for the extra point, Borgman. Remember, he missed his last one to the left. Tighter uprights here at a college facility here at Albertson Stadium than what you're used to at high school facilities. This time, the extra point is perfect.
Yeah, and he drilled it. He almost sent it out of the stadium. It hit the fence in the back and taking a little bit of anger out on that football for missing the last one. But Hillcrest fired up right now. I've seen some of those offensive linemen coming off, and these are some big boys, and they are absolutely thrilled with the way that drive went.
So 22-19 our score now. 3:39 left to play in this third quarter. Back and forth we go between these two 4A heavyweights. 12-0 Hillcrest, 12-0 Bishop Kelly. One of them's the top-ranked team in 4A. The other one is the second-ranked team in 4A. Whatever poll you want to look at will depend on which team is 1 and which team is 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about this is their last chance to win a 4A state championship, so it would be kind of nice and it would be fun to go out with a bang. But, hey, state championship, whether it's 4A, 5A, who cares? You want to win at this point. Now, I like that this game is exciting. I like that you have to hold serve and that you're trying to break serve, the old tennis analogy. And so now it's BK's turn to answer. And they came up, they got aided by a penalty and then also by a shoestring catch. But outside of that, then they started showing some signs of life on the offense. It's their turn to go out and hit some home runs.
So Borgman getting set to kick this one away. Sends this one towards the near side. It's going to take a couple bounces before Kamen picks it up at the 19. Here comes Kamen now. Through the first wave of defenders, look out! Kamen to the 50 and brought down at the 49.
Ooh, Kamen was one man away, and that was an ugly knuckleball kick. I mean, I hadn't seen anything like that. And it took a bounce, and it bounced up, and he was able to bring it in. It was almost going over his head, brought it in with one hand, and then just came up. There has been a lot of space on these BK returns. They've had good returns all night long, and now to start inside Hillcrest territory, you put your team in a good position to go down and answer that quick touchdown by Hillcrest with 3:31 left in the third quarter.
22-19 our score. The difference in this game as of right now, Noah Niehaus, pick 6. Bishop Kelly starting this drive at the Hillcrest 48. Avella in the shotgun. They go to Minard. Minard on the left side gets up to the 45 before he is brought down. I thought the ball might have popped out, but 3:20 nevertheless left to go in this third quarter.
So Minard, when he runs, I just finally formalized this. I know I'm a little slow and it takes me a minute. He's looking to break one every single time. He's not just running to pick up the 3 to 4 yards. When he runs very deliberately, looking for that seam and that gap to take it to the house. And he does that with incredible vision and we'll call it agility, balance, blah. Insert adjective there.
2nd and 6 now. Pistol set for Avella. Twins right, single receiver left. Play action. Avella to the near side, throws on the run. Pass caught at the 35. I don't know if that's who we meant to throw it to, but it works out nevertheless. And it's a first down for Bishop Kelly.
Yeah, he was a little late. I mean, he needed to throw that one about a second earlier. He had a man open, and the guy came open. And so, what you're seeing is instead of throwing the man open, he's throwing to the open man, and those are two different concepts. The Kulig offenses in the past have there's a cramp. How can you have a cramp?
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, it's 40 degrees, 45 degrees, and we're getting cramps here, but so it is. But anyway, so the Kulig offenses of the past, you're seeing at the Rocky Mountain and those levels, they throw their men open, right? It's timing routes. This one, he's just a little slow on everything and getting the ball out, and that could be from lack of experience. That could be some nerves maybe in the big game, but a little quicker, and they probably would be picking up bigger chunk yards.
So it's Alex Sullivan on the reception. And Bishop Kelly now has this ball to the Hillcrest 36. An injury timeout as there is a Hillcrest Knight who is injured and being helped to the sideline. It's Braxton Battleson, one of the safeties for Hillcrest, who will go get a...
He has some cramps, and so there's no injury per se, and we like to see that.
So ready for action once again. 1st and 10 from the 36. Kamen in at quarterback. They're going to Bishop Kelly picks up 3.
Feels like they should be picking up more yardage. I mean, I don't know if they're just not making the right read, meaning they're pulling the ball out and taking it around the end or what, but those feel like wasted downs because they should be more productive. And it was a gain of 3, so you'll take it. It's positive yardage, but it just feels like there should be more there.
2 minutes left to play in this third quarter. 2nd and 7 for Bishop Kelly. Avella back in at quarterback. Twins left, single receiver right, pistol set for Avella. Minard, the deep back. And now he'll motion Minard to stand to his right, making a shotgun set, and motion Nelson out to the right. They go to Minard. Minard working up the hash marks down to the 28, a few yards short of the first down. 3rd and short coming up for BK. A minute and a half to go in this third quarter.
Minard showing a lot of patience there. He took the handoff and he stutter-stepped at the line of scrimmage, shot forward, stutter-stepped again, and then leaned forward knowing that he was going down. But, it was a 4-yard gain, but it was one of your better-looking 4-yard gains, leading 3rd and short. And this Hillcrest defense is bowed up, these not the last drive, but the prior to that. And it looks like they're digging in again. 0 coverage, right? It's man coverage across the board and only 2 receivers for BK.
Those receivers down to the near side. 3rd and 2. They go to Minard. Minard left side looking to turn the corner. He has the corner to the 20 and dragged down at the 16.
Showing the burst there to get to the outside, and Peter Minard is a heck of a football player, and he saw upside. He could have just picked up the first down, hitting the line of scrimmage and turning his pads north and south, but he knew he had an extra gear, and he ran it to the outside, picked up an additional 7 yards to put him to bring him inside the red zone.
1st and 10 now from the 17. 37 seconds, clock moving here in the third quarter. Trips left, stack formation left for Bishop Kelly. Running a man in motion. It's Kamen near side. They're going to toss it to Kamen as he comes to the near side. And Kamen, here comes a flag for a horse collar, is dragged to the ground at the 16.
So Isaac Davis, and my brother-in-law texted me because I called him a ninja, but the dude's a ninja. He flew in there and horse collar tackled him without any remorse or regards to anything and drug him to the ground. But the speed that he got to him is unbelievable. I mean, that's a Division I athlete. And I don't care. You can play him football. You can play him basketball. That's a Division I athlete.
Officials discussing this flag. I'm not sure there's much to discuss here. It looked pretty evident to be a horse collar. Here comes the flag. Well, they're going to say it's a face mask against Hillcrest. Wow.
Weird.
Okay.
I didn't see a face mask. Yeah, my son's looking over at me saying, I just grabbed his collar, and I think that's kind of the consensus. But we weren't on the field. Benefit of the doubt to the referees.
I will say one of the Hillcrest assistants is livid on that near sideline.
Well, I mean, it's either going to be a horse collar or whatever, right? But it's going to be something.
They're still giving it to the officials on that near side, so
I think he's giving it to his own players is what I think it is.
1st and I think it's 1. 1st and 1. Minard up the middle, down to the 2, and it's going to be a 1st and goal for Bishop Kelly when we start things in the 4th quarter. We played 3 here in the 4A state championship game. Bishop Kelly holding a 22-19 lead as we head to the 4th and final quarter from Albertson Stadium.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
I want to thank Franklin Building Supply, proud supporters of local student athletes and all the building professionals of Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help you make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello, worth the trip. 12 minutes left to go in this one. As we begin the 4th and final quarter in the 4A state championship, it's Bishop Kelly with the 1st and goal from the 3.
Yeah, 1st and goal, and they came off of a 1st and 1. That is a down and distance you will probably never see again.
Yeah, no kidding. 1st and goal, pistol set. Minard, left side, escapes. Davis reverses the field. Touchdown, Bishop Kelly. Peter Minard, his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Peter Minard is making a case for legendary status at Bishop Kelly. Isaac Davis, the phenomenal standout, the BYU basketball commit, and he's going to be an all-state football player, I guarantee that, came in and tried to wrap Minard up, but Minard just spun him around, kept his legs underneath him, and then came back to the opposite side of the field, did the whole thing where he sticks the ball out, points towards the end zone, gets into the end zone first, scored the touchdown.
Off for the point after, wind, extra point is up and good. Bishop Kelly extending its lead back to 10. And that Peter Minard, the way he held the ball out, if you have a photographer right in front of you, that's a photo you're probably going to see on the front page of the paper tomorrow if Bishop Kelly is able to hold on.
Yeah, if they're able to hold on. There's a guy, and I'm going to have to figure out who it is, but I've seen him at all the big games. He has red hair, and it's kind of the man bun.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking
and
about.
he takes quality shots. So if you know who I'm talking about, go check that Instagram because that thing's going up because it was a thing of beauty. But I think getting back to the football game, the response, right? We talked about you have to hold your serve now. You cannot have it broken. And at this point, at this stage of the game with a 10-point lead, Hillcrest has to now respond. I mean, it's up to them. You cannot let this get to be a 3-score game. You cannot. It's a 2-score game right now. If they get broken, if their serve gets broken, they're unable to convert, and BK goes down and scores again, it could spell doom. But Hillcrest has found something. I mean, they have come out and they've flipped the quarterback situation, and Sweetwood at quarterback has given him maybe a little bit more of a dynamic offense, being able to push the ball downfield.
And his ability to run, too, I think has been critical for Hillcrest offensively because now the Bishop Kelly defense can't just assume, well, it's Sweetwood, it's probably going to be a pass. They have the threat of the run as well.
Yeah, and they talked about, too, some of the Hillcrest coaches said that both of them were going to play 50-50, but you might see King at running back.
This kick is away all the way towards the far sideline, and Nelson was kind of pushed against the sideline and just had to hop out of bounds at the 24. So 11:52 left to play in this one. Hillcrest getting the ball back, trailing by 10, and needing another answer.
But they've answered. I mean, they have answered, and that's the thing that if I'm looking at a good football team, it's the way that you respond, and they've been able to do that all game long. And this is a good football team. They're number one max prep ranking for a reason because they've been able to respond and continue to put points on the board when their backs are against the wall.
Sweetwood in at quarterback to begin things on this drive for Hillcrest. 1st and 10 from the BK 24. Play action. Sweetwood with time, has a man wide open at the 40, got him at the 45, all the way down to the 41. And that's a big chunk play to start things on this drive. It was Tracy Keller.
Yeah, and Keller was the far receiver. They ran all the motion to the near side of the field, and they stopped betting that they stopped, and they looked back. He looked back to Sweetwood, looked to the far side of the field, betting that the quarterback would stop, and that was a designed throwback for huge yardage.
No huddle here for Hillcrest. They go to the ground. They're going to Larson. Across the 40, down to the BK 38. And Hillcrest, we said they had to answer. There's a good start.
Yeah, and they've done it. I mean, they've done it all game long, and I don't know why we would doubt him. I didn't. I think you did. I felt like you were doubting him, but I certainly did not. And they came back with a big hit.
2nd and 7. Now from the 38. Ball to far hash. Twins right, single receiver left. Play action. Sweetwood under pressure, escapes the pocket. Sweetwood makes a man miss to the 35, down to the 30. It's enough for a Hillcrest first down.
And so what does Tyson Sweetwood do? He makes plays. That's all he does is makes plays. He's kind of grabbing to the side now, but he's not going to come out. But as for a sophomore, talk about stepping up in a big game. He had 4 BK defenders get a hand on him before he went down, and he just kept diving and dipping and ducking and, playing dodgeball.
1st and 10 from the BK 30. Sweetwood, now he's going to run left. And this one's going to gain 3 as he's popped after that 3-yard gain. Quarterback power. Checking back into the game at running back is going to be Keller, who had that big catch to start this drive.
Yeah, so Maddox Rawson finally caught Sweetwood or a running back in the hole, and they were able to hold a run to just a gain of 2. And the BK linebackers are the one. It's going to have to fall on these linebackers right now because everything is coming through the gaps.
2nd and 8. Sweetwood rolling near side. Under pressure. Sweetwood escaping the pocket again and falling forward down to the 25. He escaped a sack and gained about 3.
God, this kid's elusive.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't be. I mean, he's a tall guy. They have him listed at 6'4", 170 pounds. And I don't know if it's those hard jab steps, but he is tough to bring down. And he was able to escape, like you said, a sack for a big-time loss. Instead, picked up a couple of yards.
3rd down and 5. Ball between the hash marks at the 25. Sweetwood to throw. Sweetwood with time. Dumps it out and incomplete. was looking for Keller, who was covered, and it's 4th down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, Trey Jorgensen was blanketing the receiver on that one for Bishop Kelly, and he made a phenomenal play. He didn't wrap around, and he just got his arm up there and batted the ball away. But Sweetwood had all kinds of time. I mean, he had tons, at least 4 seconds to throw the football, and there was no pressure on him.
Biggest play of the game to this point. 9:28 left to go. It's 4th and 5 for Hillcrest. From the BK 25, trailing by 10. Sweetwood to throw. They set up a screen pass, caught, and reaching for the first down, got it to the 18.
They ran a crossing route. They ran a man in motion. He cut underneath, which was kind of a pick play, but it was within the 2 yards, and they ran the tight end running the opposite direction. It was a scrape play is probably what you would classify it, and he came up big, leaned forward because he was wrapped up behind the line, behind the first down yardage.
Ben Morris on the reception. 1st and 10 Hillcrest from the 18. 9 minutes left to play. Man in motion on the far side, Judy. They go to the ground to Larson. Larson into the second wave of defenders to the 10, and he has another first down.
Oof, he's a load. It's listed at 210 pounds, and he leans forward. He started to his left, came back to the near sideline, trucked a couple of people on the way, but Hillcrest has converted three 4th downs this game to keep drives alive. I mean, that's 3 potential turnovers that they avoided.
And here comes Peyton King back into the game as a running back. Twins left, single rights. And then they're going to give to Larson. King was the quarterback. Larson was the running back. There we go. They were both in the game, so gives off to Larson. Larson picks up about 2 on 1st and goal, gets to the 4.
Yeah, so BK is going to stack the box on this. They're going to dare King to beat him with his arm. No, they go traditional 4-man front.
2nd and goal. It's from the 2. Play action. King rolling to the near side. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Bishop Kelly nearly an interception.
Yeah, and it was his own man. That was Cole Traverso. Traverso had it in his hands, and it looks like his teammate, that was number 33, I want to say, Marcus Powers, came in to try and pick it too, and they knocked it out of each other's hands.
3rd down and goal from the 2. Sweetwood back in the game at quarterback. Twins left, single right. The back is Larson. Sweetwood running left. Sweetwood touchdown, Hillcrest.
Yeah, and they're not going to call, but there was a hold right at the point of the play. Sweetwood did a good job following his blockers, got in the end zone, but there was a tackle. I mean, they just tackled the defensive tackle, and number 55 for BK was brought down, and they're not going to call it. But held serve, right? They're right back in this thing, and Hillcrest showing that moxie and that showing the, I don't know, I'm lost for words. Showing that they're awesome. How's that?
There you go. It's been a great back-and-forth game here from Albertson Stadium. On for the point after is Borgman. High snap, Borgman through the uprights, no problem. And the lead for Bishop Kelly is back down to 3. 8:05 left to play in the 4A state championship game. Hillcrest has answered the call every time up to this point.
So I found the word. Yeah, it took me a minute. Resilience.
There you go.
I mean, this Hillcrest team has showed a ton of resilience by coming down and stringing plays together, but doing it creatively by bringing in different quarterbacks, by bringing in different formations, hitting the throwback pass. Very creative, not leaving anything on the field. What you don't want to do is get to this point and say, if I would have only had done this. And they're not doing that. They're laying it all on the line tonight. Hillcrest showing a ton of heart and soul, perseverance. I don't know, insert anything in there.
Yeah.
Doing a good job. Now, that being said, BK's up by 3. And BK has been, and Peter Minert has been an absolute stud tonight. So now, BK's turn, right? Do you hold serve? I get it, you have a 3-point lead. But it sure would be nice to make it to a 2-score game.
Sweetwood tonight, 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. So he has 3 touchdowns to his name. Minert also 3 touchdowns to his name. Obviously, Minert, all 3 of his has been on the ground.
Yeah, and in style too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Peter Minert has done everything in style. He's been an absolute, again, like we talked about, a total stud.
Borgman getting set to kick this away. Minert, the deepest guy, back at his own 5. 8 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in the 4A state championship game. End over end kick. Allenbaugh from the 6. Between the hash marks, he goes to the 30 and brought down at the 33. So last year, you and I had the 5A state championship game on this same field, Rigby and Meridian. And there was a point in that game where Meridian could have won the game if they went for it on, it was a 4th and 1 or a 4th and inches.
Yep.
They decided to punt. They gave the ball back to Rigby. Rigby went down, got a touchdown, went for 2, won the game.
Won the game, yeah. And it feels, and while this is a different field because both offenses are continuing to churn, Meridian got a little tight in that one. BK has only just found their stride. Prior to this, they had not had their stride.
You get the feeling that both of these coaches are playing to win the game. Both those coaches in that situation, I get the feeling, would have gone for it. 1st and 10, BK from the 33. Play action, screen pass to the far side, pass caught by Kamen, and he'll get up to the 35.
In this Hillcrest defense, we talked about good tackling, hyper aggressive, right? Balls out and they're flying to the ball. And it's straight man coverage. So if he beats one, there is nobody to save him. If he gets past him, it's gone. But they have so much faith in their defensive backs across the board. I mean, they have good speed, and we've seen that all night.
7.5 minutes left to play. Bishop Kelly with the ball and the lead. It's a 2nd and 8. From their own 35. They send a man in motion left. They go to Minert right. Minert to the 40, making a man miss and powering his way to the 45 for a Bishop Kelly first down.
And Minert made himself really small on that when he got popped in the leg. His leg swung to the back, and he maintained his balance, falling forward to be able to pick up the first down. Again, the kid just has incredible balance, and he just finds a way. He's looking to break that thing every single time he touches the ball.
Ball up to the BK 46. Fresh set of downs here for Bishop Kelly. We're under 7 minutes to play. Shotgun set, Minert to Avella's left. Cash Minert to his right. Back to Minert, right side. Minert makes a man miss to the 50 before he hits a wave of defenders and brought down at the 47. You just get the feeling every time he touches the ball, it's home run potential.
I know, and he just looks like it right there. He went up to the inside, bounced it, and the way he did it, I mean, it was literally, if you were to hit the upper right corner in your trigger, right, the one above the trigger on your control paddle, and he were to jump to his right, his juke, it was unbelievable. He left a guy just standing there, you know, probably calling home saying, hey, where did this guy go? And then he jumped forward and just on the cusp of breaking one more tackle, and he would have taken it to the house because I don't think anybody catches him in the open field.
I don't think so either. 2nd and 3 in Hillcrest territory now. From the 48, back to Minert, left side to the 45. It's a first down for Bishop Kelly as Minert, his legs again, picking up another Bishop Kelly first down. Under 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, I thought he got up a little gimpy, but it looks like he was just fixing his sock. And this has kind of been a tune all game, and I don't know why I question this, which is they'll wear you down, and by the time they get to the end of the game, Peter Minert takes over, right? I think he's over 1,000 yards rushing. I don't have the tally of the total stats on him. Let's say he's a 1,000-yard rusher this game, but a lot of it's in the second half.
Twins left, pistol set, Minert the deep back, 1st and 10 from the 43. Again to Minert, right side to the 40, and Minert all the way down to the 38, picking up another 5-6 yards on first down. We're under 5 minutes to go now.
And at this point, you're starting to see the BK offensive linemen getting to the second level. They have faith that Minert's going to break that first tackle or avoid it, and they're getting to that second level now. They had an offensive lineman 15 yards down from the line of scrimmage trying to make a block. That's a good sign if you're a BK fan.
There's a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4. The ball at the 37. The deep back now is Cashmitter for Bishop Kelly. Cameron in at quarterback. Twins left here for BK. Cameron claps his hands. They're going to run an option right, and it's going backwards. Cameron wrapped up for a loss of 1, and with 4:20 left to play here in this fourth quarter, a big third down coming up.
I said it before. It feels like they should go for more. Those are kind of waste plays at this point. I feel like it's been so scouted by Hillcrest, and they play very good situational defense, meaning assignment-based defense. So if the quarterback keeps the ball, regardless if he keeps it or not, he's going to get tackled by a certain person, and they've done that all night. And so I don't know if I'd go back to that play for the remainder of the game.
Avella and Minert back into the game. 3:40 left to play, and a timeout taken by Bishop Kelly. Timeouts remaining as we pause the clock with 3:43 to go in this one. Bishop Kelly has 2, Hillcrest all 3.
Yeah, and this is strategic ball control, right? Because if you march down and you have a 2-score lead, theoretically you will not leave enough time. I mean, I know that sounds very elementary at this point, but the reality is you have to wear some time off the clock. So they let the play clock go down to 1 second, call timeout. Now they're going to run. Peter Minert comes back on. Avella comes back on the field. They're going to run something, pick up, if not all, at least half of the yardage, and then go for it on 4th down and allow that clock to just wind and wind and wind because they know that they have to score. They haven't stopped Hillcrest in the second half. So you have to score, and you can only let them score once. So you have to be able to score on this drive.
Bishop Kelly back on the field. 3rd down and 6. Pistol set. It's Avella and Minert back into the game. Twins left. You have another back standing to Avella's right. Big play here. 3rd and 6. From the 39 of Hillcrest. And Avella claps his hands, and Hillcrest jumped. A free 5 yards. It won't be a first down, but it'll turn a 3rd and 6 into a 3rd and 1.
Isaac Davis, the big defensive end, who's just been an absolute standout tonight, got eager to get in the backfield, and as soon as he jumped across, he knew it. He just turned around and said, okay, I just spotted you 5 yards.
3rd down just got a whole lot easier for Bishop Kelly. Same formation, pistol set. They go to Minert. Right side, Minert, 1st down to the 31. Didn't gain a lot, but he got enough.
Yeah, 1st down, but more importantly, the clock keeps churning, and you can start. If you're Hillcrest, you start thinking about using timeouts right now to preserve it, because you have to go on the notion that you have not stopped BK in the second half either, and you need to have enough time to score 2 touchdowns, assuming they go down and score here.
3.5 minutes left to go. Hillcrest not using any of its 3 timeouts as of now. The ball is at the Hillcrest 31. Bishop Kelly, a 3-point lead and the football. A touchdown would effectively put it away. To Minert we go, up the middle, and he is stopped after a short gain of 1. 3 minutes left to play. And we have a timeout taken by Hillcrest.
Yeah, and that's the right call. It sounds like they were listening to me, so you're welcome for that, Hillcrest. But no, I mean, that's smart coaching at this point because you do have to start preserving the clock. I mean, it was a pickup of a yard, and that's the down that you do it on. It looks like Peter Minert is, I don't know, is he hurt over there? He has somebody, no, he's just getting talked to. So, you know, if you stop him, if say he goes and he picks up 7 yards, that's not your down, right? Because you assume he picks up a 1st down the next time. But if you can stop him early on, now it's 2nd and long, 2nd and 9, and you give your defense a chance to get out of this set of downs, that's when you start calling your timeouts.
It'll be a 2nd and 9 when we resume play. The ball is sitting at the 30. Hillcrest needs the ball, and they need at least 3 for this game to continue. Trailing by 3. Bishop Kelly now retaking the field. Hillcrest defense on the field as well. We're ready for action. 2:59 left to play in the 4A state championship game.
Yeah, and Minert's out right now. They pulled him. They're going to give him a breather.
It's going to be Cashmitter back in at the game. They're going to put 6 seconds back on the clock. Move it from 2:59 to 3:05. Second down and 9 as they work to get the clock right. More whistles and more delays. As they had put up 3:59 on the clock, as much as Hillcrest would love to have that, it's 3:05.
Yeah, I think we're back now. We'll call it technical difficulties tonight on some instances, but hey, we got it straight. So,
all right, 3:05 up on the clock. Twins right, ball in the right hash. Cashmitter and Morris in the backfield with Avella. They go to Cashmitter. On the left side, Cashmitter is up to the 25. He's short of the first down. Here comes another timeout taken by Hillcrest. They'll have one timeout left in a crucial third down coming up here for both sides.
yeah, Cashmitter did a good job in relief of Minert. Was able to roll forward, pick up, we'll call it 7 yards on that to leave third and 3. And that's a very achievable 3rd and 3 for somebody like Peter Minert. And look, with another first down, you are, let's say you get inside the red zone, and you can probably take this clock inside 1 minute and do the math here. 1, 2, 3, assuming they take a timeout. You can take this under 2 minutes. And at that point, and that's assuming they don't pick up another yard, and then you leave, say they don't score any more points, you're looking at 80 yards in close to a minute and 15 seconds with no timeouts.
Yeah. For the moment, Hillcrest with one timeout, 2:59 left to play. 3rd down and 3. Minert back in the game. Under center goes Bishop Kelly for the first time tonight. 3 backs all in the backfield, lined up in a straight line. Hillcrest stacking the box. Hard count coming from Avella. Avella still waiting for the snap. And here comes a flag right as Avella snaps it. A false start on Bishop Kelly.
Ouch, 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 ouch. You cannot do that. I mean, you had 3rd and short, and the hard count looks like he drew his own man into a false start. Oof, that's tough. This is 4-down territory.
Yeah,
it is 4 down.
So.
I mean, any way you look at it, unless you have supreme confidence. But see, I don't even want to go for that. I mean, you're going to assume, you just assume that Hillcrest is going to go for a touchdown, is going to play for the touchdown versus a field goal. And if that's the case, then you might as well live and die by the sword.
3rd down and 8 now. The 5 yards that Hillcrest just gave Bishop Kelly. Bishop Kelly just gave it right back. Pistol set. Minert the deep back with Avella as the quarterback. Avella claps his hands. They give to Minert. Left side, and Minert is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage and finally dropped all the way out towards the far side numbers. 2:49 left to play. 4th down coming up after this timeout.
Well played by the Hillcrest coaching staff. 2:49, that's plenty of time. You can get down the field. No timeouts, it doesn't matter, but they played it right? They took the timeouts when I told them to take the timeouts. Of course, I'll take the credit. Absolutely not. But now they've given themselves a chance to win, and 4th and 8 is not really the down and distance that is in the BK wheelhouse at this point.
Yeah, and how big is that false start now? It would have been a 4th and 3 had we had the same result on that last 3rd and 8. Instead, it's 4th and 8. 2:49 left to play. Hillcrest all out of timeouts. A play that will go a long way in deciding who will win the 4A state championship. 4th down and 8 from the 31. Shotgun set, Cashmitter the back, Twins right, Twins left. Man in motion, Husky makes trips left. Avella to throw. Avella with time, escaping the pocket, floats one down the far side, incomplete, and Hillcrest is held.
Yeah, and that had no chance whatsoever. I mean, there was zero chance. They played incredible press defense, and they blanketed him. And when he rolled out, he just missed his man. And Avella's been doing this all night. He's been waiting just a tad too long to get rid of the football. He had a man crossing initially, and then he passed into another defender's territory. If you would have hit him coming across the middle of the field, instead he held on to it, tried to find somebody breaking open, but those Hillcrest defenders have done a phenomenal job all night. And now it's down to this, no timeouts, and to go 71 yards, probably for the touchdown.
2:43 to go. Sweetwood, the quarterback, will throw. They set up the screen. It's going to be caught by Keller, who's all the way up to the 40, has a first down to the 41. Clock will stop temporarily as we reset the chains. 2:35 to go. Hillcrest with the ball. At its own 41, they need 3. Clock starts again. 2.5 minutes to go. Sweetwood, quarterback draw, left side. And he picks up 3. He's inbounds. Remember, Hillcrest, no timeouts. 2:18 to go.
Yeah, BK's running that 3-man rush. Rakeem Johnson down there is making a big push, but without any pressure, they're allowing him all day. They just want to keep everything in front of them.
2:05 left to play. Screen pass, near side, blown up. The BK defense snuffed it out.
Critical tackle, and that's one in the first half they didn't make. That was number 21, Trey Jorgensen, who's been huge all night, and he was able to hang on to a leg, but that is something that they were not doing in the first half, is tackling in the open field.
3rd and 10. Sweetwood and a quarterback, clock moving, down to 1:35. Twins left, single receiver right. Sweetwood to throw. Over the middle, pass is deflected. Sweetwood caught his own pass. He's going to throw it again, and the pass is caught at the 45. Down to the 40-yard line, there's a flag. I don't think you could throw it twice.
That's exactly right. You cannot throw 2 forward passes, so that's going to be illegal forward pass. That is a loss of down, too. That's going to take him, it's going to be from the spot of the foul. That's going to make it 4th down.
And it's going to be 4th and very long. So Sweetwood caught his own pass.
That was a great idea on the playground, right? Like that stuff goes, and Sweetwood showed incredible presence to be able to pick it up and then still find a man downfield. I watched him as he was shifting the ball in his hands to find the laces, and he did all of that. So bang-up job, but just couldn't do it. I think it should.
It is. There it is. Down. Yep. So it's a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. And Hillcrest, who has...
Here you are again. You're doing the same thing. 4th and forever, and hopefully BK's learned from the last 2 mistakes on this, but they do have Isaac Davis lined up on the far side, and if it's me, I double over and bracket the heck out of him.
1:22 to go. 4th and long. Gotta have it for Hillcrest. Sweetwood, they're going to Davis. Down the far side, it's incomplete. No flags, and here comes a late one.
Yeah, they're going to argue that that was uncatchable, and it probably was.
They tried to throw a jump ball to Davis down the far side. Davis was kind of pinned against the sideline. 2 flags on the field, actually. One beyond the first down marker, the other 10 yards away from the first down. So officials going to unpack this.
Yeah, I don't know what to say on this one because that was the offset.
Yeah, they're going to get a holding and a pass interference call, both against Bishop Kelly.
Well, the holding call should hold. The pass interference, the ball was uncatchable, so.
Now here's the thing. In high school football, that is not an automatic first down.
It does remain 4th down. You are correct.
And so Hillcrest has still got to pick up this first down.
No, they've given him oh, yeah, okay, so there we go. Spotted at the right. So it's 4th and 9.
1:16 left to go. Hillcrest, no timeouts. Bishop Kelly going to use one here. They have one left.
You know, if Hillcrest wasn't so incredibly effective on fourth down, I would say, hey, this game's probably wrapped up. But there is a lot of football left. With 1:16 and their ability to convert on fourth down, wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, they've done a bang-up job of getting it to this point. But Hillcrest, you know, 4th and 9 seems like nothing at this point. Well, they're calling it 4th and 8. I guess it's 4th and 8.
So Tyson Sweetwood in the second half, 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown, has kept Hillcrest in this game. A backup quarterback for much of the year as Peyton King dealing with a thumb injury on his throwing hand. We have seen King throughout the night, but for the most part in this second half, it's been Sweetwood.
Yeah, and Sweetwood has really stepped up when called upon. And he has been able to bring a little bit different element than, say, just running the ball or throwing those quick lateral passes. He has that downfield presence.
4th and 9. Twins left, single receiver right for Sweetwood. Sends a man out to the left, it's Keller. Sweetwood, clean pocket. Now he's going to roll near side. Sweetwood throws on the run, pass caught at the 49. Is it enough? It's right near the first down marker. Judy, the reception. It's going to depend on the spot.
They're going to give it to him. Yeah, they're going to give it to him, and it was there. He got it. He got the first down. I mean, it's going to be within inches, but they're going to call it because they're going to use the near sideline. Now, in most games, they do not have that marker on the near sideline. They just go with the one side. But it keeps them alive. 1:06 left. And Hillcrest is marching. Boy, you had him 4th and forever. 4th and forever again.
Yeah.
Again, that was their fourth down conversion of the night.
Now in BK territory at the 49. 1:06 left to play. Sweetwood with Twins left. He'll throw again. Now he's going to run these men. The backfield escapes. It can't escape a second one.
And you know who that was? Peter Minard came in on defense at defensive end, and he blew past his man and picked up the sack. Minard doing it on both sides of the football now.
Clock down to 50 seconds. Hillcrest has got to get back to the line. No timeouts. We're down to 45 seconds. They'll throw. Near side pass, incomplete.
Yeah, and that's not a bad incomplete pass, right? Clock stops, regain where you are. Now it's third and 14. But the problem that you're dealing with now is Peter Minard not only is doing it on offense, he is bringing an absolutely dynamic pass rush, and I've seen him use his juke move to the side both times now to get in Sweetwood's face.
3rd down and 14. 5 receivers in this pattern. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Sweetwood to throw. Has time, delivers. Pass caught at the 50. They work up the numbers down to the 41. 30 seconds to go. They're a couple yards short. Another 4th down coming up for Hillcrest. They cannot stop the clock. Down to 20 seconds. Hillcrest has got to get organized. They do so with 15 seconds. Sweetwood will run. It's a 1st down to the 35. The clock is down to 10 seconds.
They say there's a fumble. No, they're going to say he was down.
Hillcrest, the clock will stop temporarily to reset the change. You would think this one, you got to start going to the end zone.
Yeah, 9 seconds to go. You have 2 plays. Now, I mean,
clock moving, and they spike it with 4 seconds.
Yeah, they'll put a second back on the clock, but this is it. I mean, they have 1 play, and this is Isaac Davis in the end zone. Mark my words. This is going to be a deep ball, jump ball to the end zone. He might as well just, put everybody in the end zone, call it good, and get your tallest guy to cover him wherever he is and stand in front of him.
You would think this has got to be Isaac Davis. The ball is at the 36 of Bishop Kelly. This is the championship.
This is it.
This is it. This ball is going to the end zone. If Hillcrest catches it, they'll be state champions. If they don't, Bishop Kelly will win the state championship.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to expect a timeout from Bishop Kelly right here to see the formation. But I'll tell you what, this is what dreams are made of, man. This is what you live for. Fantastic finish here at Albertson Stadium for these 2 powerhouses. Unbelievable job.
7 seconds is what they put on the clock. And here comes the timeout.
Yeah, so BK does take the timeout, and as well they should. But, wow, Lucas, what a game coming down to the wire.
A 4A classic is what this one has been.
Oh, man, I wish we were broadcasting this, live and you could see it. Hey, we are broadcasting. I'm sorry. If we were video,
yeah,
I would buy it. And I would go back and watch it again and again, and I would laugh at my gaffes of what I said, but I would be more impressed by both sides, by both teams here tonight. Sweetwood has been dynamic with the football coming in relief. He's been able to throw the ball, get it downfield. I mean, Isaac Davis has come in and shown ninja-like skills. Peter Minert has been Herculean in terms of his effort, and at the end of the day, we have a one-play football game. And theoretically, if you got it to the sideline, you could do two, or a first down quickly.
So 7 seconds to go. The ball is at the 36. Neither team has a timeout. Twins right, single left for Sweetwood. Quick pass, outside pass is caught, but he didn't get out of bounds. The clock is down to 2 seconds and 1, and that's it. Bishop Kelly, state champion.
No. They're going to call a penalty on Bishop Kelly here.
Wow.
I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, and now they're going to throw another penalty. This is probably uncalled for because Bishop Kelly's celebrating a state championship. And with that, I don't even think that ball was caught.
The receiver had to go to the ground to catch it. So, again, something to unpack here. Bishop Kelly had started pouring out of that far side. They thought they had just won a state championship. As of now, triple zeros are up on the clock, and a state championship has come down to a decision from an officiating crew.
Yeah, and this shouldn't be this way, right? I mean, Hillcrest threw the ball. Whether it was caught or not on the sideline, I don't know, debatable, but the ball looked like it was dropped. Now, at that point, it was inbounds, and there was no way that they were going to get another playoff, and that should have been the end of the football game.
They're still discussing it. 2 flags are on the field. One's at the 39, the other is at the 30. Both are on that far side. And I would love to have referees piped in so they can explain what they're about to call.
Yeah, I mean, you remember the XFL, so they put everything up top, right? And you can see what they're talking about, and they have the lead official in there.
All right, here we go. We're going to get a call. White hat jogging towards that near side. I think they're just going to come talk to Hillcrest. They're going to put time back up on the clock.
Oh, wow, 1 second.
1 second. Another sideline penalty on Bishop Kelly and unsportsmanlike on Bishop Kelly. That's the signal.
That's the signal. So that means one more play. Boy, that's pretty ticky-tack in a state championship game. I mean, well,
1 second is left to play. Hillcrest.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Wow, they're going to push this ball all the way up to the 10. So here's the other question. Does the clock start when does the clock start?
It should. And do you kick a field goal here? I mean, if you can kick a field goal and send it into overtime.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like they're going to do.
That's what they're going to do. Ryland Borgman is on for the game-tying field goal.
Yeah, this should be, the clock should start at the
27 yards from the left hash. Ryland Borgman, the Hillcrest kicker, low snap, Borgman, kick on the way, he missed it!
Oh, after all that, BK is your state champion, 4A state champion, and finally they're able to pull the monkey off their back.
It goes wide right, And Bishop Kelly pours onto the blue for the second time of the night. The Knights of Bishop Kelly are state champions for the 8th time in school history.
And the Hillcrest Knights, what a phenomenal football game. They fought to the very, very end. I mean, to the point where they got 2 last plays and did everything they could to win this football game. And unfortunately pushed it right on the kick. And instead of going for the touchdown, they decided to try to send it to overtime. But the BK Knights, again, showing resilience and showing that poise that has led them to 12-0 this season, are victorious on this night. The last chance to win the 4A state championship, and they're able to do it after a wild, wild finish.
And Bishop Kelly now avenging its 2018 state championship loss to Hillcrest. Bishop Kelly, your 4A state champion here at Albertson Stadium. Post-game show coming up on IdahoSports.com. After this, your final score, 22-19.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every day.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I loved it. Thank you.
College costs money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.
Bishop Kelly on top of the 4A football world once again. The Knights' 8th state championship in school history. They've come in 1994, 2004, 2005, 2010, 2013, 2014, 2015, and now in 2023.
Yeah, and a big gap between the state championships, but that doesn't mean that they hadn't put out some incredible football teams. Like last year, as they went in to the state championship and lost to Skyline, who was the 2-time defending state champion, and just trying, and I said at the very end, trying to get the monkey off of their backs, and they were ultimately able to do that tonight against, again, a phenomenal football team in Hillcrest. And, you know, you saw some of the devastation that these kids suffered as a lot of them were laying on the ground, probably in tears, and I couldn't see from here, but let's just assume they were in tears. But that's a really good football team down there, and right down to the very end on a missed kick. And honestly, the offense scored more points. The offense of Hillcrest scored more points than the offense of BK, and it came down, the difference was a pick six. And there you go. There's in a missed extra point, and 2 missed extra points and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and obviously heartbreak on the side of Hillcrest right now as they're doing the trophy presentation at midfield. I told you this when we breaked off air. I've been doing games for Idaho Sports for 8 years now. That is the most chaotic finish I have ever been a part of.
Well, and that's probably one of the most chaotic finishes, not that I've even only been a part of, but that I've seen. I mean, to have it come down like that. I talked about some ticky-tack calls on the referees, and at the end it didn't really matter, but I'm not there, and it's not like I have a dog in this fight. I want you to understand this is from a perspective of, holy cow, what really good football right up into the very end. And you could see just how well coached both of these teams were. Big difference in the second half as you look and you see Sweetwood come in and basically give, and I hate to say this, but but Peyton King was a little bit ineffective in the first half, and I think that was due to the fact that he couldn't push the ball. He became just singular in terms of what he could do, which was run the football. And then you bring in Sweetwood as just a sophomore, so the kid's got a bright future in front of him. I mean, you're going to have next year, 5A, you're going to have all kinds of Sweetwood problems. But, able to come in and change the pace and then be able to push the ball downfield was huge. And he was slippery and was able to run the ball very well on his own. But BK and Peter Minert and coming up with critical plays, sacks. I mean, Peter Minert came into the end and came up with a sack to burn some clock and force into some other plays that they didn't want to do the Hillcrest. That's just some resiliency and coming back and able to win a huge state title in 2023.
So Bishop Kelly, once again, back on top. They rush over to their student section to celebrate this state championship, the first since 2018 for Bishop Kelly. So
no, they lost in 18.
That's right. It's first since 15.
There
we go. First since 15, as they obviously played Hillcrest in that game. So one thing left to do, award our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Short discussion here.
Yeah, man, let me think for about 0.8 of a second. I mean, Peter Minert did absolutely everything you could to put a team on your back and win a football game, including coming in on defense. And he had to be spelled a couple times on offense because he was literally carrying about, I don't know what the collective weight was of an offensive football team out there, but he did it very well. So Peter Minert is your player of the game.
That presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Your final score, once again, 29-26. Bishop Kelly over Hillcrest, the Knights, 4A state champions. And this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 4A state championship game and of the 2023 Idaho High School Football State Playoffs, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and IDEAL, Idaho's college savings program. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealer. Special thanks to everyone here at Boise State for their hospitality and helping us get this broadcast to you, the viewer. Congratulations again to Peter Minert, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Found his way into the end zone 3 times, and some stallion defensive efforts from Minert as well. A fun one tonight here from Boise State. Bishop Kelly 29, Hillcrest 26. Bishop Kelly, your 4A state champion. For Ryan Luke, my name is Lucas Gephardt, signing off for IdahoSports.com.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your IDEAL college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with IDEAL, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I loved it. Thank you.
College costs money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.